I have another thing we can. Hi, chat. How we doing? I need to get this to go away. Hold on.
I'm not talking till it's my turn to go live.
God damn it, Occo.
Temp is trying to undermine me again.
Oh, Occo. Welcome, Requiem. Welcome, Jojo. Welcome, Gabby. Welcome, everyone. We'll wait for Occo's timer to finish before starting Dogwave. Oh, sorry. As soon as I started stream, I just started laughing. And I'll explain it when Occo is on proper.
Oh, you think so?
You can't cuck my Sonic Rush music like that, Temp. Why? Because.
Wait, are you cutting off their music?
Yeah. It's fine.
See, Temp, here's the thing. If you just let it play out, then I could have started on time with you. They would have gotten their music. It would have been perfectly fine. Instead, you had to cuck them out of their music and cheat me out of starting at the same time with you.
Don't worry about it. Oh, first we doggy, then we wave. Exactly.
Exactly. Oh gosh, I forgot. Open my camera window. Because whenever my here does this work? Fuck, it didn't fix itself. What the hell? This one didn't, at least. Hold on. Give me a moment.
Everything is breaking for Occo, chat.
No, it's not breaking. It's just choosing not to work.
So, as we started stream, because I typically start my streams 5 minutes before the actual start time. I started my timer at exactly 6:55, so I could start it at 7 o'clock. Okay, cool. I did that and saw that my timer was still ahead of Akko's by not even 2 minutes, like maybe a minute and a half.
Thank you for the 5.
And
all we're gonna say is that Tempest somehow got a faster timer. Either that or he's magically in the future. I have no idea. I
mean, you mean 9:55 EST gang rise up? The point stands, Magma.
Point is, somehow Temp is like jumping into the future, and I don't like it. Because
I mean, I am 3 hours behind you, so
yeah, and you're somehow jumping ahead of me. I don't know how that's possible.
Time travel.
Just like that.
See,
that meme
now
of
we
aliens.
need art of the new dog design coming out of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
No DeLorean. Because Back to the Future isn't woke, unlike Doctor Who.
No, of course.
Speaking of doggos, I collected all my EVs to get my evolution started. Yay! Is Temp Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles? Potentially. So technically Temp started late and gay?
Yes.
Maybe. Maybe. Chat, we got a big night.
Really? You told me that we didn't have a lot tonight. That tonight was going to be small.
No. We can have a big night without all the news. News-wise, it's... I'll be honest.
It's slim.
All the news lately has been just, like, payment processor stuff and collective shout stuff. And we have basically decided, like, it gets to a point when it's like, how much can you regurgitate content before it's bad?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're kind of picking at straws right now to get anything. Because anything all people want to talk about is payment processors. And I'm glad, because it's bringing light to that horrible news of what they're doing. But you can only talk about it too much or so much.
Yeah, you can only talk about it so much before, like I've been mentioning this for a while. And we're approaching the time where, oh gosh, my
I see that.
my model is struggling. Give it a moment.
Your stream is struggling.
It's not anymore.
Okay.
I don't know why. I need to restart my. Oh gosh, fuck, that's not good. I think OBS is struggling.
Yeah, so yesterday for my stream, last night with No Man's Sky, because we were gonna do Baldur's Gate last night, and then Cat never showed up, so I played Guild Wars and No Man's Sky, and OBS crashed on me. I could still stream,
Yeah.
I just couldn't change scenes, and I actually had to use Task Manager to kill OBS. I was able to get my stream back up before I had to make a new one, but the fact that happened, something's going on with OBS.
Jeez. All right, I'm gonna have to restart my PC.
Did they announce the Silksong delay yet? No, because that's in the docket. They talked about it more today.
I'm gonna have to restart the stream because OBS is telling me that it's struggling. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll just stay here and talk, chat. Just let TempKitsempt over Silksong for the news. The thing is, like, we don't got a lot of news, but we can. But we do have some news, but it's not a lot. I'm gonna do this real quick.
Fuck, I have to end that stream.
Ugh.
Freeze settings.
But there is definitely stuff for Silksong. And ironically, there is also some, I guess, bad news about Silksong, but not specifically about Silksong, just surrounding it.
Why would there be bad news around Silksong?
I'll explain it when you get your stream back up so your chat doesn't miss anything.
Okay.
Seems like OBS has been shitting the bed lately. Yeah. But honestly, what isn't shitting the bed lately? Discord, Windows, OBS. Hell, earlier today, my GPU tried shitting itself. I don't know why that happened. But, I don't know. Here we are. On the bright side, I got my internet working again. Nice, always great to hear. Forever Dev Game. My sanity. I'm currently about to start talking to Lana in Ultrasun. Still very early-ish in the story. I would like to get back to playing it, but it also requires me to bring my 3DS out, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why my model's mouth hasn't been moving. Are you going to talk about communist Texas? What did Texas do?
Ban anime.
They banned anime?
Yes.
I thought they just were banning, like, manga maybe and Born.
No, it basically bans, allegedly it bans all anime.
Oh, yeah. I did not know about that, so...
allegedly.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Hey, Temp, is it worth it to hunt down Geyer Prime? It would be if Geyer Prime existed. Caliban Prime exists now. I'd say it's worth it just to have him. But good thing I refuse to update anything until I get confirmation that the update will not break anything. Fair. I don't blame you for that. Again, what? They did not ban anime. They're trying. See, that makes sense. I could totally believe they're trying. But I don't believe that will go over well. I described it. I was talking yesterday, off stream, of course, where like you can wokeify games and people will combat it like to the ends of the earth. But you start taking away people's titties and there will be riots.
Uh-huh.
Whether or not
Alright.
it's safe for work or not, you start taking away titties, gonna have problems. Otherwise, I didn't even do this in my timer. Hey chat, you should follow me on in YouTube and join the Discord and such. I typically try putting that in the pre-stream. I forgot to do it today. Oh well.
I'm considering doing another pre-stream and then making you wait for another 10 minutes.
God damn it, Akko.
I'm not gonna do it, but I considered it because it would be funny. Yeah, so I guess OBS is having this glitch that I'm noticing where it just eats up a lot of your CPU usage.
Yeah, how do you think I feel?
Well, at least I'm able to catch it early before like something bad happens.
Yeah. Hello, Doc. Welcome, Maverick. Akko's delay mentioned. They can take our games, but they'll never take our waifu tatas. Exactly. No, that's exactly. Americans are very free with most things, except if it's lewd things. Then they get out the hammer and sickle. Exactly. Which doesn't make sense at all, but here we are.
No, yeah, it definitely doesn't make any sense.
It will probably be seen as unconstitutional because manga is part of the Second Amendment. Hopefully. Yeah, no, absolutely. But at the same time, Texas was also... Well, didn't Texas actually ban Pornhub?
Yeah, they're one of the states that required it to be ID verification.
So, I don't know. We'll see. But I'll tell you right now, I considered saying, hey, I might move to Texas. I can promise you, I'm not moving to Texas. Ever.
Just go to North Dakota.
I did consider South Dakota.
Whichever Dakota
But
that
then
is
snow.
apparently better. Yeah, but you have snow where you live right now.
Not right now, thank God. But yeah. It's just how it is in this day and age for some reason. Yeah, no, exactly. Government, Karens, and all the above want you to either be a trainee or to be sucking on a thing and be a baby forever.
Man, that sounded very weird.
It does, but it's really what they want. They want you to have no freedom. They want you to have no rights. And they want you to cope, seethe, and beg. And tend to their every need.
And dilate.
Yep. Move to Alberta. YouTube keeps calling it US. Alberta is actually trying to get out of the Canada. So... I don't know. Very likely. Oh, your stream is actually back up now. I didn't see that.
It has been for like 2-3 minutes.
Let me pull up your new YouTube stream. There we go. There we go. The Seppies will fail. I honestly would not say... I would say not to move to different states unless you have. Unless you have to, unless you move to like Chicago. No, I refuse to move to Chicago. I've been there. It's awful there. If I move, which I highly doubt I will.
Yeah.
It will probably end up being, honestly, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about North Carolina.
Oh, really?
We have multiple clients who have actually moved to North Carolina. And are all like, I don't like it here. They're too liberal with their guns. And I'm like, tell me more, please.
Well, I heard that they have a micro center there in North Carolina.
Yeah, they do. They have two in California. It's just they're off in LA.
You see, that's your problem. Is it's L.A.
It's LA, yeah. They want to monitor you and milk you like that cow meme. Exactly.
Oh, gross.
It's true though. They do. All right, I think we are actually
Okay.
back now.
Let's see. We might be. We might be. We might be. I can move around and it doesn't suck. I never want to live downtown. I did once, and never again.
Yeah, no.
I lived downtown just enough for me to realize that I didn't want to do that
Yep.
forever.
Like I don't mind maybe occasionally going.
You don't need it for like a long-lasting experience.
Exactly. Like if it takes like what's like a decent distance, like if you're willing to drive it or, whatever to get to like
Drive.
the big like stores and everything you need, what would you say?
Oh, like what's a reasonable distance?
Yeah. Like
On a daily?
well, no, like if you say you needed to like you live in a location that doesn't have the big essentials.
Okay.
Like what I don't know some like good examples. Like
Are you asking me like how far away should you drive for the closest Walmart?
I guess yeah. That's a good
Okay.
example.
Well, I'd say 30 miles at max, but at that point I'm going once a week.
No, yeah. No, absolutely. Suburb supremacy. I'll live off in the fucking boonies. I don't care.
As long as you get fiber, I don't care where you live.
No, as long as I can get groceries, get food, and have good internet, I'm good. 35-minute drive. That's not even 35-minute drive isn't that bad. Just
No.
far enough away where like if you need to do something, do it all at once.
Pretty much. I would say that that's pretty good.
Pacific Northwest is nice as long as you stay from Portland and Seattle. Oh hell no, I would never go there. Live like Shrek, but with internet. Exactly. Perfect. Yeah. All right.
As long as I can drive to a movie theater, I'm good. What even is there to watch at the movie theater these days, though? I mean, like, I imagine maybe there's something, but, like, I've just not been interested in the movies recently.
There's nothing I'm interested in. There's only 2 movies coming out that I'm interested in, and both of them come out next year and the year after.
Oh, really?
Well, it's like
No
Mario
starting music?
Mario 2 next year,
Uh-huh.
and then Sonic 4 in 27. Those are probably the only 2 movies I'm going to go see.
Right.
Like, I'm looking forward to the next Spider-Verse movie, but I'm going to wait till that comes out in digital. I'm not going to go to theaters to see that. Because I'm not interested enough. I might go see Spider-Man 4. The MCU one.
Oh, okay.
Because the first 3 movies have been great, and I have a sneaking suspicion that is because Sony is also involved. And it's not just Disney.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I might go see that one based on reviews. If reviews are mediocre, I will wait till it comes out in digital. If like it's pretty good across the board, I will consider it. I think that's fair.
But for now, you're being cautious.
Marvel and Disney have not earned my money in several years.
You don't say, really.
Oh,
that's really sad. How have they how have they dissuaded you from giving them money?
I think everyone would be able to tell. It's so bad, and you know this.
I give her the 5.
Disney has been stumbling and fumbling. Like bare minimum what they've been doing.
not seen the 35th anniversary of TMNT.
This is
Also,
like the
I
old
am
movies.
I am considering rolling back OBS as well.
Yeah, I might.
I haven't because like my issues I didn't think would fall under the same vein,
Hmm.
but now I'm wondering if maybe I should. Because like it is, I mean like this has been happening through different versions of OBS, honestly.
Yeah.
Where not often, but if I don't restart my PC every time I stream, it does like struggle.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Mario 2 and Sonic 4 are the only worthwhile films. Spider-Verse 3, maybe. And this thing is like, you could be mad at Nintendo all you like. You could be mad at Sega all you like for the shit they do. But like, the teams behind the movies for both of them have done fantastic.
If I get started on Disney, I'll never stop. Oh dear. I don't know, chat. I think oh, thank you for the 5. Sorry, I'll let you go first. Primitive War. I don't think I've ever seen Primitive War.
Welcome, Nerdy.
Stynax doesn't have a prime because it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
Stynax is like one of the next ones. He's like one of the next ones on the list.
Yeah. I think Geyer is next.
I would have to check the official list.
Because I'm pretty sure the next 3 are literally going to be Geyer, Stynax, and Varuna.
Again, we would have to here. I'm gonna look the official list.
Well, because Caliban came out with New War, didn't he? And then Stynax, no, Geyer came out with Zeraman.
Okay, update version. Okay, that includes.
Actually,
the primes
wait,
as well.
no, that would mean it'd be Geyer, no, Stynax and then Geyer. Because if they did that, because Stynax came out in.
It went Caliban, next is Geyer, so Geyer's the next prime, then Styanax, then Varuna, then Citrine. Dude, I remember when I joined and Citrine was brand new. Citrine was like my first brand new Warframe, and in a year she's gonna get her prime. That is so weird to me. That is so wild to me. What the fuck?
Citrine will get her new prime bare minimum end of 2026.
Probably, because they do about 3 to 4 a year.
Yeah. If not end of 26, it'll be beginning of 27, around there.
Man, that is so weird. Like we've like, it's just weird to see how you know we've and there's a lot of these Warframes where it's just like I never thought about them getting their primes, and then they just are showing up like that. It's crazy.
To be fair, chat, then my pronunciation of Stynax may not be proper. Because there are a couple of frames where I pronounce it differently from the devs. Kalervo is one.
Kullervo.
Thank you for proving my point. His name is
Kullervo.
Which is such a bad name. Kalervo is better.
I mean, they are.
They're Canadian.
They're Canadian. They have a different of opinion.
Right, but my point stands. Kalervo, yeah, Kalervo.
They have a different opinion. Yep.
But yeah, next 2026, very much expected to be Geyer, Stynax.
There's a Warframe called Cullivers. Yes, chat. There is. There's a Cullivers. Warframe.
Canadian equals French with syrup.
Unironically, I do think of Culvers whenever I think of.
I've never had Culvers. I've heard they're good.
They are. They're like a much. They're like mid grade.
There's
food.
Another fast food restaurant I want to try. Culver's is one of them. The other one is Bojangles.
I have never been to Bojangles.
Did I make it? Am I late? Did I make? No, you're fine.
No, you're not late.
They made a better DQ. Late. Fair. I've been to Dairy Queen as far as I'm aware once. I've also never been to a Waffle House.
I would say that yeah, they do a better job than Dairy Queen.
I need to get a new logo. Like, I need to get a logo for my streams like you have it. Because I put the Dogwave thing
I mean, like
on.
it's not an official one, honestly. It's just
Well,
a
no, no,
silly
no, no,
one.
no, no. I mean, like how you put MommaOcco on your thumbnails.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, that can come out with your debut.
yeah. Hi, Phoenix. I'm not Dogwave. Dogwave is the podcast. I'm not Dogwave. I'm Temp. Welcome, Merrick. Hope y'all are doing awesome. I'm doing fantastic.
Wolfsbane Stynax didn't come out till like the new war.
No, Stynax would have come out.
A free version.
Stynax would have come out with the call missions.
Yeah, that's where he came out. That was where his pity was farmable.
Yep.
So I am not sure how you got him in 2012.
No, because New War didn't even come out until 2019, I believe. 2020.
I'm going to make the safe assumption that there might be another Warframe you're thinking of, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Temp. Hi, Akko. Hello.
Temp the Dogwave.
What? Temp the Dogwave. While we're talking, I'm like doing some organization of my shit in Minecraft.
Fun.
Not on camera. Unless people want to see me organize shit in Minecraft. My day has been garbage. I heard about that. Hopefully your day can be less garbage with us here.
Yeah. On that note, chat, I had to remind Akko today, we are 2 streams away from 50 Dogwaves.
Hold on. Sorry, I have to stop everything and ask, how does that correlate to talking about the anniversary of Dogwave?
Well, because you said, I hope you watching the stream makes your day better.
Yeah,
and
how does that
correlates
correlate
to Dogwave.
Okay, fair enough. I realize the Yippee has front-facing eyes. That means they're a predator. Yes.
Oh, no. My wave begins.
I want to see in Minecraft. Okay.
So we do have some news. We don't have a lot to go over today.
I disagree. I feel like we have more than you probably
Okay, let me put it this
maybe
way.
not more than you think, but like we have a decent
We have a decent amount, but it's all like kind of one-off things. It's not like a dedicated topic. I guess we could kind of do Hollow Knight. We'll just start with Hollow Knight stuff.
You want to start with Hollow Knight? All right.
Yeah.
Bring up your screen whenever.
Yeah, let me get this going. Where is it? There we go. And boop. And then we need this one. We'll talk about this one first. Moros Protocol delayed till later in September. This has been the case for a lot of games, actually.
I was just gonna say really quick, Wolfsbane, you're gonna have to find a picture of that because again, Stynax came out like here.
That sounds like Excalibur, because Stynax. Hold on, we're doing this live.
This is the style. Let's see, original. Stynax came out 22/9/07.
Yeah.
Actually, now unless you're talking about in 2022 and not 2012, because the earliest Warframe to release was Ash in 2012.
Yeah. So here, I can stream this for you, so that way you can.
I'm not trying to be weird or anything. I'm just confused because Stynax didn't come out until 2022.
Okay. So according to this, to celebrate the release of the 50th Warframe Stynax, all players who logged into Warframe between September 7th and September 21st, 2022 received a built Stynax Warframe complete with a pre-installed Orokin reactor. Stynax was released September 7th, 2022 with update 32.
Okay. I'm just going to assume then that it was 2022 and not 2012.
Correct.
Because there's no way that he came out in 2012.
Because if he's the 50th Warframe and came out in 2012, I'm sorry, that means Warframe is way older than we assume.
I don't know. I think You're getting actually. I'm not trying to actually. I just like my brain hurts because it was like, there's no way that he came out in 2012. Was Warframe out in 2012? Yes. Yes, Warframe did exist in 2012.
We do it live.
My apologies, chat, if I sound weird. It's I was just like, wait, there's no way he came out in 2012.
2022 is accurate. 2012 is not.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay though if you got it wrong or if you misunderstood. I don't blame you because that's fine.
Anyway, so Moore's Protocol was delayed to later in September. For those who don't know, it is like a first-person horror sci-fi game, kind of like Dead Space, but it's pixelated.
Okay.
The game was actually slated to launch September 4th, before we knew the release of the Silk Song. It is no longer coming out in September 4th.
Yes, I remember this. This was the witch game, right? There was a witch game.
Yeah, there is a hold on. Can I find the list of games? Hold on. Games.
There was a game.
No,
that like was going to come out, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we're not going to come out because we don't want to compete with.
Yeah. So PC Gamer compiled an article of every game that was delayed because of Silk Song. So Panic Arcade, sorry, they're delaying Clover Pit until September 26th. Stomp and the Sword Miracles was delayed to... Do they have a date? No.
I don't know.
They don't have a date anymore. They had planned for September 12th. And the Stomp and the Sword team basically said, hey guys, some of you may know that Stomp and the Sword of Miracles demo was going to launch on August 29th. I was waiting to announce this, but the Kickstarter was going to launch on September 12th, with the demo giving it a little boost beforehand. Team Cherry has suddenly announced that Hollow Knight Silk Song, the most highly anticipated Metroidvania I've ever seen, is going to release on September 4th. Trying to market indie game is already really, really hard. It's the task of trying to get attention in a deep sea of other amazing games. In the case of Silk Song, however, I feel like a little krill trying to not get eaten by a blue whale. Tiny devs like me rely on word of mouth and streamers to bring in visibility, and everyone's going to be busy with Silk Song for quite a while. So unfortunately, even though it was just a week away, I need to delay the demo for the sake of Stomp's development. I want to give the demo room to shine, and I want to do what I can to make sure that Kickstarter is a success, so I can make the best version of Stomp I can. I don't quite know when yet, when it'll be coming, but I'll keep everyone updated as things go.
Really quickly. It's okay, Wolfsbane. You're fine. I didn't assume malice, so you're all right.
Yeah.
You can blame COVID. COVID is a good thing to blame on things.
Yeah, it is.
All right? It's like Obama, all right? We blame Obama for things. We blame COVID for everything.
Exactly.
Thanks, Obama, for COVID.
Bite my tongue.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway. So yeah, as some people may have noticed, Silk Song is pulling a GTA 6 on developers. Phelan was delayed until eventually. Eterna Lucius was delayed until 2026. Peak.
I'm sorry, what was that called?
Eterna Lucius.
Eternalicious? That is a weird ass name, I'm sorry.
Well, it's two words. Eterna and then Lucius.
Still weird.
Peak.
Warframe came out in 2050.
Peak did not get delayed because it's already out, but they did make an update to the game, saying the patch is live with some new fixes. We hope you enjoy Peak for the next 2 weeks until you all move on to Silk Song. Yeah.
They know.
They know.
They know what's coming.
Demon School was delayed. Little Witch in the Woods was delayed.
And in fact, that's the one that was delayed. I'll be honest with you. This was kind of funny.
The devs made, like, you know the meme of, like, the Pepe the Frog, like, having been, like...
That's what that's... Yeah.
Yeah. And they did that, but it's the little witch that fell over, and it's just Hornet standing over her. They knew.
Yep.
They knew. And they're not even mad. Most of these devs are coming out and saying, we don't blame you. We're in fact going to be playing too. Like, I know some of them are upset, and I wish Team Cherry had communicated a little better, but
It's not really their fault. It's a free market
exactly.
society.
Exactly. Baby Steps was delayed. In fact, this is a monument to Silksong and Baby Steps. And then Moro's
Oh,
Protocol.
okay.
So the sci-fi shooter has scrapped its September 4th release date and will instead drop on September 18th to ensure the game releases under the best conditions for success, which is to say, nowhere near Silksong. Yeah, so we had a slew of games delayed because of Silksong, and I know a few of them are a little upset, but
I'm sure some of them are deeply upset. That's like a sucky thing to have happen to you.
it is. And the thing is a lot of these games are just kind of fucked. Because
Ish.
if they delay, like they're delaying now because of Silksong, if they delay into next year, then they got to be careful of GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Just to wait till GTA is over.
yeah.
COVID Warframe. I don't know what you're talking about. I just got Halo 3 on my 360.
Or a
Oh
push
my
in the most
gosh.
marketing way ever. Oh yeah, absolutely. Why Obama? Why did you make indies delay their game? Silk Rim. Todd did it again. Anyway, so the devs responded to Moro's protocol, saying in full transparency, while Silksong did play a major factor in the decision, our deciding factor was to give all teams a little more time. 2 weeks, though, not massive in the grand scheme of things, gives the dev team a little bit of breathing room in finalizing the launch build. Nick keeps adding more augments and weapons, gives our awesome composer more time for the finishing touches to tracks, and gives marketing more time to outreach press and influencers. Gamescom and PAX take up a lot of bandwidth. We'd also like to launch simultaneously on GOG, which I will be announcing later today, so that was another contributing factor. I hope this makes sense, and as one of the main decision makers, I hope you can understand my thoughts on our reasoning. I'd rather the teams didn't die before launch. I might have been chasing them with a whip for a little too long. So I'm glad that
Icky.
they are like. It sucks that all these games are being delayed, but I do hope that the devs do take the opportunity of the delay to better refine their games.
Mm-hmm. No, for
Um,
sure. I mean, like, I had a point and then I lost it.
good job.
Damn it.
I wish GTA was on the pedestal it's on right now. I mean, fair. Isn't GTA 2026? Exactly. But some of these devs are delaying their game to 2026. And we already had a massive delay from some other AAA games this year because they assumed GTA 6 was coming out. And then it was delayed. So all these devs are going to be delaying their games again because they delayed to 2026 as well. But it's because they know stuff like Silksong and stuff like GTA 6 is going to make sure they don't sell a lot of copies. So,
Not intentionally.
not intentionally. So, chat, next year, if you're not interested in GTA 6, might I recommend like looking at some of the other indies or looking at some of these games that are being delayed? Because they could definitely like use a gander.
They could use some love.
They could use some
I'm
love, yeah.
noticing that you're having some stuttering. I don't know if that's me or you.
Um,
It might just be me. I have no idea. But I'm
it,
hearing you stutter a little bit.
I don't know. Hmm. Maybe GTA 6 is the larger Silk Song. Getting some GTA 6 fatigue at this point. No, I am too.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Never play. Well, I briefly played one GTA game. I remember when you showed me multiplayer on
Yeah, you
GTA
and I
5.
played GTA 5 online. In fact, I have art of that.
We do. We still have art of that
Hold on, let me see
somewhere.
if I can find. I have it. I know I have
It's a
it.
good picture.
Let me see if I can find it.
That will that is like written in the
Definitely
stars
not
basically.
that one. Is it under here? No. Where is it? Is it? No. Maybe here. Nope. Definitely not there. Is it under this folder? Yeah, here it is. So here it is, chat. This was with Occo's old model, so the business suit one. And this is before
That's eventually gonna get ported over.
yeah. And this was when Hikari was not updated to her current design. So this is with the twin tail still. So it's old.
Very. This is a
But
good sketch.
it is a good sketch.
How many years until Minecraft 2? Never.
Never.
I hope they never make a second Minecraft. Minecraft 2, IRL Minecraft.
Discord. Thank you. But I guess some other news about or I guess Hollow Knight in general. Hollow Knight actually in its all-time peak player count today with over 70,000 players.
And I imagine that's going to continue as a lot of streamers are realizing that they have never played Hollow Knight and they kind of want to play Hollow Knight 2 Silksong. So they're going to go around and play that original so that they're ready.
Well, also, Team Cherry put the original Hollow Knight on sale.
Oh, I imagine so.
So right now it's $750.
Oh, geez. No, if you don't own it, chat, $750.
Yeah, $750 for another 14 hours. So if you haven't picked up Silksong, it's at least that price on Steam. I don't know about other platforms, but I'm going to assume other platforms.
Mm-hmm. I remember Notch listen, Notch could not make it because he sold the rights to...
Yeah. He said that he wanted to make Minecraft 2, but it's more of a Minecraft spiritual successor is what he wants to do.
Yeah, that's what I imagine it's going to be, honestly. You're not going to get like from him, it's not actually going to get called that. It's just going to be whatever the fuck he makes right afterwards.
Exactly.
All right.
And there's no guarantee that he's even going to make that. It's just...
To be honest, he's kind of back and forwards about what he wants to do.
And I get it.
Yeah, it's just
in the landscape we are in today.
Temperament. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying in the landscape of that we're in today, you're almost more beneficial to not make games because if it's not catering to a certain audience, you get actively shat on and canceled.
I mean, yes, but by the same token, I don't feel like it's that big anymore. I feel like, you know, I mean, obviously it's going to be a couple years before we see the positive changes of people pushing back against woke ideologies. But I really want to rail against people that say that the video game scene is still fucked.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like, yeah, it kind of is, but I also feel like it's important to give strides and actively just say, hey, the things are doing good in some places, and praise. I mean, it's just like don't cool down, don't let Pete get complacent, but. Don't make it seem like it's all doom and gloom like the quartering does, because that's annoying.
Absolutely. To end,
and plus, he only does it to get your money.
Yeah, I'm completely right. To end the Hollow Knight talk, because this is the last thing we have for it. Team Cherry came out. Oh,
did they delete it?
They must have deleted it, or they updated it. They updated it. They updated it. They just gave us a better post for it. 4 days until release. Hollow Knight Silksong will be available on September 4th. Release times, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. CEST, and 11 p.m. JST. With the game price of $20, or 20 euros, or 2,300 yen.
It's kind of crazy to hear that thing is $20.
I mean,
like, you know, it... After everything, you know, maybe they'd say, oh, it's $40. But if it's that much money, because the last one was $15. Like, Hollow Knight is $15, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my assumption is that we should expect something of a similar size in terms of the game.
I'm not expecting
anything bigger.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, they said It's over 40 bosses in the game. That's
Okay, but how many
way
bosses were in
more
Hollow Knight?
than Hollow Knight.
How many bosses are in Hollow Knight?
Uh,
Turns out there's 40 bosses in Hollow Knight.
47 unique bosses in the main game, and it's free DLCs. So it combines the DLCs.
Okay.
They're saying over 40 bosses for base game. We don't even know about post-launch content.
Right. Ow.
So we don't know quite the size. I think it's fair to assume it will be the same size as the original game, if not a little bigger.
I would hope so. If they're introducing that much stuff, I would hope so.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I mean. Like I vaguely know what the story is going to revolve around, but I haven't really kept up.
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of want to be in the dark about it.
I do too. I have seen some people start theorizing on where Silksong can take place in the story because it is a sequel to Hollow Knight.
Yeah, it's not like I want to say it's not directly afterwards, but maybe it's like some sort of after the events of Hollow Knight. The
Exactly. But
question is,
then
which ending is it?
exactly. That's the thing. Is like which ending. But that means ironically, it's almost like a mark of like greatness when you can have a game like this where because the only time I've ever seen people speculate on which ending is canon is Souls likes, like very specifically like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring and stuff like that, like FromSoft games.
We'll follow the story of Rey Skywalker. No, chat. No.
God. So I don't know.
I hope that they don't make Hornet like Rey Skywalker. That would be annoying as fuck.
It would be annoying. I don't think they will.
You think
Because
she'll talk?
no, I don't think she will. Well, you know
don't
what?
think
That
so?
she could because she is an established character with known dialogue in the first game.
Yeah.
So maybe she will. But as long as it keeps to the same like story direction as the first game, I don't see a reason to assume the worst.
Okay.
They've not given us any reason to assume the worst. Women are known to yap.
So flip a coin. Fair enough.
So yeah, that's the end of the Hollow Knight talk. I will, if you're planning on buying Hollow Knight or Silksong very specifically on the day of release, be ready for Steam to shit the bed.
Preload it.
It's not even for pre-order.
I thought it was for pre-order.
No, you can't pre-order it.
Oh.
So everyone's gonna be jumping on Steam the second it releases to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So Steam is going to shit the bed. I promise you.
We'll see, I guess. It doesn't have to be an abject fact. We'll see.
I mean, Steam can
Not
probably
my
handle it.
Sasquatch.
The problem with stuff is like servers can handle it. It's just how fast can a server take that much traffic at once?
Yeah. I'm slowly learning more and more about how servers and networks work, and learning how all that shit works is like very confusing, but also very cool to learn.
Well, yeah. I think the best example of like how you should expect Steam to operate on the day of release is going to be how they do summer sales.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the traffic because like Steam has over 40 million users.
Right.
It's just the effect of how much will they be hit at once.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be like a day one player.
I will be.
I know you will be. You will definitely be.
Yeah. Yeah. Silksong will be a day one game for me.
I'd be surprised if you said no.
The funny thing is, I only played Hollow Knight for the first time a couple years ago.
I remember that. And then I remember that I had to come back and show you how it was done by beating the game.
I know Dom and
for
Malice
the
were
first time.
surprised of how well or how quickly I beat Radiance.
I mean, it's not that bad once you get
No.
used to it.
But I know Dom was surprised, but I think Dom also knows that I do challenging stuff like that very well. Like, I learn the mechanics pretty fast.
Right.
Because I'm playing Kingdom Come Delivery 2, or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the stream is suffering. Well, Magma, there's a solution to that. Stop.
Yeah, just stop playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Anyway,
Keep forgetting stuff I have to grab.
do you want to talk about something, or do you want to move on to a different topic?
Let's wait to talk about my thing just for a little bit.
Okay. The only reason I'm
You
not
can move on
pushing
to the next thing.
14 is because that is a long article.
Okay. How long is it?
Long. Like,
You want to save that for the end or something?
no, I want to run through smaller topics before we get there. You know what?
Okay.
I guess if we're going to talk about Steam, very specifically, we'll bring up what's going on with Valve.
What's going on with Valve?
So Valve's secretive Fremont gaming device surfaces in benchmarks with 2 times more processing power than the Steam Deck OLED. Device powered by 6-core Zen 4 CPU and RX 7600 GPU.
It's a pretty good GPU. I think.
Yeah, it's a middle of the road for the 7000 series. There has long been rumors suggesting Valve is secretly developing a new SteamOS device, codenamed Fremont, which could be a gaming console or a gaming box akin to the canceled Steam box. Ex-user, sadly it's Bradley, I know we've talked about him before,
Yes.
has
Isn't he a
uncovered
Laker?
what appears to be the first benchmark of this mythical Fremont device, which is powered by an AMD processor. Valve will continue to tap AMD for silicon to power its Fremont project. The benchmark features an AMD custom CPU, 1772 chip, which belongs to AMD's Hawk Point 2 family, utilizing Zen 4 execution cores and RDNA 3 graphics. However, there was no mention of any Radeon 700M series iGPU. What it is like the 7000, like if they wanted a 7000 mobile chip, essentially. Because mobile chips tend to be integrated. Which implies that AMD may have disabled this part of the silicon. Instead, the AMD chip emerged with a Radeon RX 7600. It's worth highlighting that Geekbench detected the desktop variant, not the mobile Radeon RX 7600M. This makes perfect sense since a gaming console or a gaming box would require more graphical firepower than what Hawk Point can offer. Furthermore, having its dedicated memory means the graphics card doesn't have to share memory with the system. Unfortunately, Geekbench doesn't provide any specifications on the RX 7600. However, we can already know that the Navi 33 powered graphics card features 32 RDNA 3 CUs and 8 GB of GDDR6 memory. It remains unknown whether AMD will make any changes to the RX 7600 that will be used in Fremont. I want to add context to this. When the Steam Deck had a similar thing like this happen, it was underpowered and eventually did get upgraded to be more powerful with the actual launch version. So this could very well just be an underpowered version that they're testing. And then they will update it with better hardware. Some people are even speculating they may even go as far as putting a 9060 XT in there.
Is that a really good one?
That is a very good GPU. It's under the 9070 XT, but it's a very good
GPU. Okay. I was gonna say I don't follow like AMD graphics card numbers. All I know is the NVIDIA because that's what's the most.
It is the one below the 9070 XT. Which is their flagship GPU right now. Um, Hawk Point is a substantial upgrade from Van Gogh, which powered Valve's Steam Deck OLED, codenamed Galileo. Although Valve isn't hopping on AMD's latest Zen 5 architecture, Hawk Point is at least 2 generations newer than Van Gogh. Furthermore, the Hawk Point chip features a 6-core, 12-thread configuration, a whopping 50% improvement over the original Van Gogh chip inside the Steam Deck OLED. So, bare minimum, whatever this device is, which some people are speculating is like a Steam machine, like a Steam console, is going to be, at least in the CPU department, 50% better than the one in the OLED.
What's the one in the OLED right now?
I'm glad you've been listening.
I'm sorry. That's the one part. Listen, I pay attention, but these numbers are just a little confusing to me.
Right,
I
but
still
they've
don't
even
know
mentioned
what,
the one in the OLED.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I just didn't hear that
They
part.
literally mentioned the one in the OLED, and not even 2 minutes later, you're like, what's the one in the OLED?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, Hawk
Listen,
Point is
listen. I forget CPU stuff because this I don't know the CPU.
Oh my god. Hawk Point is a substantial upgrade from Van Gogh, which powered Valve's Steam Deck OLED. Although Valve isn't hopping on AMD's latest Zen 5 architecture, Hawk Point is at least 2 generations newer than Van Gogh. Furthermore, Hawk Point features a 6-core, 12-thread configuration, a whopping 50% improvement over the original Van Gogh chip inside the OLED. Did you get that?
Okay. Yes, I got that.
So, it is 2 generations newer than the chip inside the OLED and 50% more powerful. That's substantial.
Is the name the Hawk Point chip?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like an AMD or a
Well, no, it is AMD.
or a Intel.
It is
Okay, so it
AMD.
is AMD.
Yeah.
But they don't call it an AMD.
No. So it's like how Intel has like Kaby Lake or other like generations of like their Lake series CPUs. It's just like that's the generational name of the chip series.
But nobody calls them those names. They just call them by the numbers.
Correct. And that's probably what's confusing you here.
Yeah.
So actually the record doesn't go on much longer. Besides the architectural and core upgrades, the Hawk Point processors also flaunt higher clock speeds. During the Geekbench benchmark, the chip exhibited a base clock of 3.2 GHz and a boost clock of 4.8 GHz. That's leagues above the Van Gogh part, with clock speeds between 2.4 GHz and 3.5 GHz. Judging by the specifications, the Hawk Point processor is likely the Ryzen 5 8540U, which is a mid-range mobile processor found in many laptops due to its performance and power efficiency. 2 Fremont submissions had very similar scores. I hate generation names because they don't have meaning like numbers. That's fair. Isn't that the name of the architecture? Yes.
Oh, Hawk Point is like architecture name?
Exactly.
Okay.
Performance-wise, the Hawk Point processor delivered almost twice the single and multi-threaded performance of the Van Gogh. This was expected, given that the 2 generations that separate the 2 processors compared to a desktop part. The Hawk Point chip has comparable performance to the i3 13100F. The benchmark indicates that Fremont was running on Windows 11 Pro, suggesting it is likely an engineering device and that the specifications are not final. However, from what we can gather at this point, Fremont poses to perform like a Core i3 13100F paired with a Radeon RX 7600.
I'm assuming that's a lot.
That's actually pretty substantial. That is
Okay.
That is some people have been saying this is around PS5 levels.
In your hand.
No, as a console. A lot of people are assuming this is a console.
Okay. So this isn't going to be a handheld. This is going to be an actual.
No. I mean, we do expect a Steam
Okay.
Deck 2 eventually, but they can load a console with SteamOS on it. And it would sell, because that's a thing that people want, is like a lot of people will have bought the Steam Deck and not even like use it as a handheld. They just plug it to their TV and use it like a console. So why not make a console and just give them better performance with it?
Do you think that now is the time for that? Do you think now people would accept that more than they did? Because
Yes,
did
absolutely.
they try to do something like that
They
like
did
a long time
several
ago?
years ago. Yes, and it did not go well.
Okay.
But we are in a much different landscape these days.
Much different landscape, different people.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, back when they were doing the Steam Machine, it was like Windows 7. So, and they didn't have Linux back then. I mean, Linux was obviously a thing back then, but SteamOS didn't exist back then. The strides they made with SteamOS, it's insane.
Sorry, again, I don't know why, but your voice is like cracking and I don't understand it. It's like distracting me just a little bit.
Nothing has changed.
I don't get it. What?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at Discord and Discord is like just fine.
Chat, can anyone hear that
just keep cutting out
either end?
Maybe it's just me, but like you just keep cutting out a little bit. It's so weird.
Because if multiple people, especially on my end, can hear that, I need to fix that.
M's balls dropped? Yes. Proton didn't exist? Fair.
Yeah. Only on Occo's end. Okay. That's weird. It might just be
Don't
Discord.
say that. He'll say it's a skill issue.
We're fine over here. Fantastic.
Fuck. Okay though.
Sounds fine here. Well, good. Fantastic.
I don't know, just continue. Because it's not like dying, but
it's bothering you enough to care. Skill issue, Occo. It could just be your internet. I
can't wait to move. It can't be the internet because I've not dropped any frames. We're just gonna continue.
We're fine. You cut off every now and then an Occo stream. No idea why. My guess is here's a simple reason why. It's Discord's fault. Blame Discord.
Blame Discord. Okay.
Because I haven't dropped any frames, and in fact, I am streaming at a higher bit rate than I used to as well.
Okay, fair enough.
So, all right. Let's talk about MiHoYo.
Yes, we can do that too.
MiHoYo announces new creature collecting game Honkai Nexus Anima. MiHoYo has announced Honkai Nexus Anima, a new creature collecting adventure strategy game set in the Honkai series. Their previously teased game is in development for Windows, PC, and smartphones. While a release date wasn't announced, recruitment for its first closed beta is now available. I'm not going to talk about the premise. Instead, we're going to watch the trailer.
Okay, yeah, that should be fine. And make sure you're actually on. Okay, go ahead.
And let me make sure chat can actually hear this before I start playing it. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to be copyright struck.
I can hear it. Holy shit, that's loud.
I turned it down.
Is that a unicorn that's got a bloody horn? What the fuck? Okay, so this is basically Pokemon, but with a Honkai feel to it.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I swear they were
actually
on crack.
They actually can speak. Ish.
What have I become?
So are the animal that my question is, are all of these animals different Honkai creatures that have been domesticated?
I have no idea. Well, no. So it is. It seems to be a crossover game between Honkai Impact and Star Rail.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
there was a scene with Blade from Star Rail and then Kiana from Impact.
Oh, so do you think that this is just
I
one of those games where they have all of their characters from the series and this just
yes, it's just a fun thing.
so it's a spin-off game?
Yes, it has no importance. It
Okay.
is just a spin-off,
Interesting.
and that's okay.
Interesting.
There's no. As far as I can tell, there's no Genshin. I haven't seen any Genshin. I did see another trailer,
You know,
but it just showed off Kiana and Blade.
here's what I will say. There's a reason why we don't have costumes in Genshin Impact, and it's because they keep taking all of the good ideas for outfits and putting them into different games.
Yeah, they do. To be fair, Genshin came under some drama this week too.
Oh, what did they do?
So in order for the max level in Genshin is 90. If you want to hit level
I know what you're talking about.
100, you have to actually roll more. They had to
Wait,
loot it.
really?
Okay. Yeah. So the way that I'm going to use Fate Grand Order as a great example here. And ironically, I found some of this out because of the Nemesis. Because they
You mean what did they do this time?
obsessively focus on these games.
Yes, I am not like multiple people that obsess over these games. If
Which
you
is
do,
fine.
it's fine.
I don't
though.
either,
I don't play them.
What they do is like if you hit level 90 and you have your full ultimate, because kind of how they work with that. Like you have to have multiple like C3 or C5 or whatever. Once you have that maxed out, you can use extra copies of that unit to enhance their level to like from like 95 to like 90 or to 100, stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's real dumb.
Basically, you have to whale to be the whale of all whales.
Exactly. And I would call that disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, like, here's my question: what does raising it to 100 even do for you?
Stats, and that is it.
Is it really just
I
base
believe
stats
it's
are
just
higher?
stats.
That's gross.
I did make the joke though of saying I really hope Nintendo sues MiHoYo. Like I genuinely want them to.
No, Mercenary brings up a good point.
No, yeah, that's the point I made too.
They kind of have to sue now.
They do.
And some people have even said that like there is infringement level content going on in Animus.
Is there? Hold on. Do we have gameplay? Hold on. Let me see if there's gameplay.
If that's dangerous.
Not unless MiHoYo posted
anyway.
it. Yeah, we got gameplay from IGN.
All right. Oh, but it's IGN.
I know, but it's still gameplay.
All right. Go ahead. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna make Nintendo upset.
This is gonna make Nintendo very upset. It looks really good too.
It does.
But
I see the exact same like layout as all of their previous games.
But here's the thing: if Nintendo does not sue MiHoYo, it will prove to the courts in Japan that Nintendo is only going after Power World because Power World's popularity.
Wow, that means that this game has to get popular.
It has to. Yeah, no. Nintendo is literally in a case of if they don't sue MiHoYo, that their play is gone.
So here's my question. Because there's obviously different characters that you can play as. Are the Pokemon tied to the characters that you roll?
That I don't know. Question. Maybe.
Because like if the Pokemon are tied to the characters you can roll, one, that's kind of stupid in my I hope that's not the case.
I hope it's not
dear
the case.
Sweet baby Jesus, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about that. There's a very fancy looking lolly right there. Holy shit. A lot of people are gonna love her.
And this
Um,
is the game with the Iron Mouse like character too.
yeah, Iron Mouse was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm in a video game," which I thought was kind of funny.
How do they that? Oh, you can make your own character too. Okay. So
Oh,
this is
okay,
like
so
your
you can make
protagonist
your own
character.
character.
There's actually
Please
more in
tell me the
depth
breast.
because
Please tell me the breast size can be changed.
um,
Synthetic Man will love that.
would it be the same of Monster Hunter
Oh,
Stories? Maybe actually. There's a decent chance that if this lawsuit with Power World goes into the same time that Stories 3 comes out, that Nintendo could sue Capcom as well. But we already know Stories 3 is coming on the Switch too.
if the breast size can be changed, Raging Golden Eagle is gonna cool. I'm not gonna finish that. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know how. Right, it does look very interesting in terms of like gameplay. It seems like they're really trying to add a lot of shit to it. Again, my biggest concern is just like if the Pokemon are tied to the characters you roll, or if there is gacha whatsoever. I'm going to assume so because like you
Oh
can
yeah,
make your own character, but this is not your main character right here.
absolutely. I would.
That does not look like the main character.
It's a MiHoYo game. I'm 99% certain it is gotcha.
Well, it kind of reminds me. Do you remember Tower of Fantasy? What they
Yes.
did?
I know. I don't remember what they did.
So what Tower of Fantasy did is you rolled basically for the weapons because the weapons had the souls of the people in
Right.
them. And once you got the weapons, you could equip that person as like a skin if you didn't want to wear the if your main character basically. So I could see a thing where they are a very predatory thing where they choose to make it where you have to roll the character and that gets you the Pokemon that comes along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think that would be really bad if they did that.
I agree.
But I'm worried that
I
I'm
think the
worried.
monsters need to be catchable in the world, and maybe here's what they do instead.
Oh, they'll definitely get sued by Nintendo if they do that.
The funny thing is, ironically, Square Enix might also be sued because of Final Fantasy 14.
You think so?
Depends on how Beastmaster's done. So yeah, I don't know. Again, Nintendo kind of is in a rough spot. If they don't sue MiHoYo, they may have just lost the case against Power World. Now, again, this is a weird thing though. MiHoYo was in China or Chinese-related territories, whereas Power World is in Japan.
Yes.
So
it's kind of up in the air whether or not they can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nintendo, I don't know what pull Nintendo has like in China, but like
exactly.
MiHoYo does MiHoYo actually have people in Japan or do like?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Is it just?
But their main offices are in China.
Okay. Sorry, chat. My eyes hurt. Can Nintendo go after a Chinese company?
Oh yeah, they can go after anyone
try.
they want. It's just it will be a different court.
The land of ripoffs.
But yeah.
I don't know if anybody here actually likes the Honkai. Or is anybody here still like Genshin? I'm curious.
About to say, I still like Honkai.
I only asked
like
because.
But
yeah.
I still like the catch up with Star Rail. It's just Star Rail is so far ahead that I'm like, oh god. Ah.
Oh gosh, I guess recruitment for this has already started.
Yes. 2 days ago.
I should sign up for it.
And ZZZ is very popular. Like, Genshin is the only game that they have that is kind of not as popular as their other ones. Like, it's still popular, but compared to ZZZ and Star Rail, it's not as good.
Oh gosh. There we go. The site has music that just forces to play in your ears.
Mm-hmm.
Hoyoverse login. Fuck, I forgot my Hoyoverse login.
It should be in your password manager.
Let's see if I have it saved.
Oh, I can't act. I have to be careful.
I wouldn't touch yours.
I'm gonna sign up for it. Join the test. Oh no, I need to log in. Anyway, there's my login. I'm gonna mute the website.
It's playing the music again, even though I asked it not to.
Boop. Boop.
I have registered. Oh, I have to fill out a questionnaire.
Anyway.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, a questionnaire. Oh, when were
Let's
you
see
born?
here. This test is only available for people ages 18 or older. What year were I?
What would I play these on? None of the above. I'd be playing this on PC. What is the CPU model of the PC you will use to participate in this test?
Thank you for the $5.
Yeah, yes.
Which mobile device will I use? None of the iPhone series.
Oh, no, I'll use that.
Temp, what's my CPU is a Ryzen 7 3000
Ryzen
series?
7 9600X, I believe.
Okay, so it would be a Ryzen 7 series and above.
Yes.
What is the graphics card on my PC? Graphics card is an RTX 30 series performance equivalent or higher.
16
How much RAM do I
gigabytes of
have?
RAM or more.
16 gigs or more.
In the last
6
6
months. Okay, I can show this. I mean, I can show some of these questions here, I feel like. Have I played games on a tablet? I don't really play games on mobile, but like I do have some mobile games. Maybe that.
I don't remember.
PC games.
5
or more days per week.
5 or more days per week.
Console. Does the Steam Deck count as a console? I would say yes.
I would say so, yeah.
So...
I'm going to say at least 1 day per week.
Select all that apply. Open world.
Genshin.
Collector. Sandbox. RPG.
Not idle. Strategy RPGs. Creature collector. MMORPGs. Shooters. Well, yeah, I'm going to say shooters. Strategy.
Which have I played for more than a month?
MOBA. I should technically investigate. I have played like auto chess. Yeah. And idle games.
Some of these options for which of the following games are so ass. Like, I mean, like Cookie Run was a decently fun game, but I never played it for more than a day because I had some of my fans like, "Oh, you should try the cookie game," and I'm like, "Why? Why? Because the cookies are thick," and I'm like, "Why are the cookies thick?
Why are the cookies thick?" Anyway,
seriously, some of the cookies, it made me question myself. Let's see. Have I played for more than a month? I played AFK Arena. That one was decent for a while.
Which of the following games have you played for more than 20 hours? Scarlet and Violet, Spider-Man 1 and 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Sword and Shield, Elden Ring, Power World, Arceus, GTA
Why
5.
Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Because it's a newer game.
Oh, gross.
It's because it's a newer game.
I didn't click Minecraft. Oh, that's not the normal Minecraft. That's like a mobile version of Minecraft.
Rebirth, Baldur's Gate, Resident Evil, Stardew, Clair Obscur, Skyrim, Persona, Cyberpunk.
I'm gonna count Persona 4 on that because I played Persona 4, but not 5.
What of the following games have you played? Everything but Tears of Themis. Because Tears of Themis is no thanks. Welcome, Kitty Queen. We'll get back into the topics in a minute. We're just gonna finish filling out this questionnaire and then we'll get.
Yeah, I want to fill out this thing so that I can. I want to play the game just to play the game.
Which
I was gonna say shit on it, but no.
Characters,
select
mechanics,
up to 5. Okay.
Immersion. Honestly, like, I can only select up to 5.
Collecting.
Ooh.
Collecting because I'm autistic.
Fair. Collecting's good.
No Disco Elysium. I don't own Disco Elysium. I'm sorry, chat.
Puzzle solving's good. Mechanics.
How much have I spent on games in the last per month or on average? On average.
Sure.
Hey, I don't buy games. I don't buy games. I buy computer hardware now.
I hate the one I put in. I really hate my response to how much money I spent.
Did you put more than $500?
Yes.
I'm gonna be conservative and say 100 to 150.
Which social media do you use to learn about new games? YouTube, Twitch, Reddit, Discord, Twitter. Reddit the least of all of them, but I'm not going to say no on that one.
From reasons that made you want to participate.
Remember
It's a new
Gotcha
Hoyoverse
Club?
game. That's why I want to play.
Here, I'll bring this over so we can see this chat.
Oh, I'm doing mine on my end.
What is the primary reason that made you want to participate in this test? How
much has Sly
Hoyoverse.
spent for Occo? I can't remember the last time somebody bought a game for me, honestly. Thank you for participating. All right, I've completed it. Cool.
Thank you for participating.
All right, we'll
Yay.
see. Oh, we can actually look at some of the Pokemons here.
Oh, we have some of the characters as well. Nanafe, Hua, Cassio, Maybell,
again,
Kiana.
That was Kiana. Oh
yeah,
my
no,
gosh,
Kiana's on there.
is.
It's literally just Kiana.
That is hilarious.
I do kind of like how it's like a unique style, but it also takes aspects from her OG design.
It does.
Game
like
features.
all these people are new, and then there's just Kiana.
Well, no, there's also returning characters from, like, there's Blade.
Oh gosh, do they
Starro.
really? They have like 56 different mobs you can look at right now.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Crazy. All right, let's look for the let's look for the animal that people are most likely to say they'd fuck.
God damn it. Well, there's one.
The auto chess event was literally an event on Genshin. My bet is that Genshin does events that they test for new games.
Yeah. Well, there's one that's possible. I don't know if we talked about it, but they do have traits like Pokemon.
They do, yeah, because of course they do.
They are kind of
Furries.
cute. I do actually like the designs of these.
Some of them are right. Okay, that one's just a carton of milk.
Oh.
That's an egg. That's just an egg. That's just literally an egg right there.
Egg. Okay, so I went through all of them. No, these are cool. I will definitely play it.
I'll try it.
I don't know if I'm going to play it long term, but I will try it at least. Oh no, that's cool. I do hope MiHoYo succeeds, and I do hope Nintendo sues them. I know that sounds really, really, really bad to say.
Oh, did I go all the way through them? I did.
But if Nintendo were to sue them, Nintendo had a chance of winning against Pocket Pair. I'm sorry. MiHoYo is massive. I promise you, MiHoYo will put up a real big fight. They have the money to compete.
That was a Sanalite. Oh, people are saying they're seeing actual Pokemon. See you in court. Again, if they get sued, that would be funny.
Yeah,
so.
I hope they do. I really hope they do.
You want to see blood, sweat, and tears from a Chinese national?
No, I want to see Nintendo get fucked.
Oh, okay.
I promise you, if they try going after MiHoYo, they will get fucked.
Press 1 chat if you want Nintendo to get fucked. Raw dogged in the ass. No specific reason why I said that, but you know.
I believe everyone would be rooting for MiHoYo after the shit Nintendo has pulled in the last year.
I'd be rooting for a Hoyo. I mean, I probably would too, honestly. To be honest, probably would. Gosh damn it. Probably would vote for Hoyo.
Yeah.
Even though I hate Genshin, I would root for Hoyo.
Raw dog and beaten. Oh no.
Raw hot dog.
So on another side, who wants to see Bungie lose money?
Because they're still not dead yet, chat. They're dead, but they're not actually dead.
Hoyoverse makes the
Sadly.
prettier characters now. Yeah, they do. Bungie paying
They're
players
working on it.
$500 for a month-long marathon playtest. Bungie
Would you
has
do it?
begun. Huh?
Would you do it?
For $500, maybe. Yeah, honestly.
It's not a lot of money for an entire month, but like,
So
I don't
let's get
know.
into it, and then we'll discuss that. Bungie has
Okay.
begun sending out invites to playtest the upcoming extraction shooter marathon for a full month. To get the new invite via Game Post, participants had to have been enrolled in the playtest program prior to the invitation. Okay, so no matter what, if you weren't part of that, you're just kind of boned. You can't do it. So that's how they're getting
Sadly,
around the
I'm
whole
upset.
like get X money. The test will last 30 consecutive days, starting September 8th and ending on October 7th. Players will be required to play the game for at least an hour per day during specified times. In return, Bungie promises to provide a $500 gift card of participants' choice. Failure to play for the entire month will result in an appropriate deduction from the value of said gift card.
Oh, interesting.
Here's the contents of the invitation email. We really appreciate your participation and valuable feedback in our monthly closed playtest so far. We are reaching out because you indicated interest in participating in future research opportunities. We would like to invite you to join us for our marathon 30-day user research study. This user research study is a playtest that will run for 30 consecutive days, from Monday, September 8th to Tuesday, October 7th. Including weekends, you'll be required to play for a minimum of 1 hour daily during the playtest window of 3 to 7 p.m. PST on weekdays and 2 to 8 p.m. PST on weekends. The study is 100% remote, so you can participate from wherever you are located. There will be a short delay survey and a weekly survey to gather your feedback.
I would be unable to do that.
Yeah, you would be with your work schedule.
Because I would just be unable to do that.
Upon completing the study, you will receive a $500 gift card of your choice as a thank you for your valuable time and feedback. If you only complete part of the study, you will only receive the portion of the reward based on the number of days that you have completed. So Bungie has to pay people to play their game.
I have a feeling that like there's going to be people that actually raw dog this and go in hard to do it.
Yeah.
And some people are just going to like not play at all, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Like these really like streamers. Streamers is a big one. What this is aiming for, I promise you, is people on like low income or they need money for something.
Okay. No Amazon credits? No, chat. No Amazon
Well, no,
credits
maybe.
for you.
They said the platform of your choice. I suspect that means like Xbox, PlayStation, you know, I don't know, maybe Nintendo or like Steam, you know.
Sony be like, would you enjoy this Sony gift card?
Yeah. So
no, well, are you sure you don't want this Sony gift card?
Yeah. I would take it on Steam. I would 100% take it on Steam, and that would cover several months of games to buy.
Yeah.
Or over a year of 14.
All at once, though?
I mean, you can do that. Can't wait for Concord 2 to launch and see who sucks it off. Yeah.
No. I don't think here's the problem that they're having. I don't think anybody is going to suck off Marathon. I'm going to be real with you.
Bungie has shit the bed a little too hard.
Yeah, I've not really seen a lot of people that are excited about them. Maybe Bife, but Bife has even got his own limits.
Bife has been playing Helldivers lately.
That's funny.
Like, and every time I see content creators playing Destiny Rising, it's like, it's alright. In fact, I've seen people say Destiny Rising is better than Destiny 2.
That's kind of sad because it's a mobile game.
It's also not made by Bungie.
That makes it even worse. Oh man, I don't know how I'd feel if that were the case.
There are more searches for breast cancer marathon run than for the game.
I'm
Damn.
sorry, what?
Grim Joe in your chat.
Oh no, I saw that. It's just kind of crazy to think of.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's a thing. Again, chat. This is the dog wave of this week. It's like there's so many tinier stories, but there's nothing like big.
I wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
No,
It's not a bad
I'm
thing,
okay
though.
with it. Speaking of Nintendo.
Oh dear. Temp's laughing. You know it's serious.
Thank you to Sparky. Sparky's in chat. Thank you, Sparky. Sparky sent this to me. Japan's National Library says it won't be preserving Switch 2 game keycards. The library.
I wonder if this specifically was Nintendo asking them to do this, or do you think that they just decided they can't do this?
So it actually goes into that. The library requires a copy of all new publications by law, but says Switch 2 game keycards are not eligible. Japan's National Legal Deposit Library says Switch 2 game keycards won't be eligible as part of its video game preservation process. The National Diet Library, or NDL, which was established in 1948, is one of the largest libraries in the world, and similarly to other legal deposit libraries like the British Library and the U.S. Library of Congress, requires by law that every domestic publisher has to submit copies of every new publication for the purposes of preservation. Since October 2000, this has included physical video game CDs and cartridges, with the NDL currently owning more than 9,600 video games housed in archival conditions. However,
Hi, Mom. Hello.
as reported by Famitsu, the NDL has chosen not to include Switch 2 game keycards as part of its collection because it doesn't consider them physical media.
Someone in chat is bringing up specifically why that might be the case. And that being that most of them are digital downloads off the get.
So the way Nintendo got around this, the game keycards are technically physical, but they only work for one system because the keycard basically latches onto your Nintendo profile for that system. So the second you put your card in, that's it. That cartridge is tied to that Switch.
They really want to discourage people from sharing.
Yep.
Which is extremely sad in my personal opinion, because a lot of people thrive off of sharing.
Mm-hmm.
I know in my family, my parents oftentimes borrowed my stuff that I wasn't using.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be a major can't really share
what
anymore.
happens if you switch 2 bricks? You're fucked. Plain and simple. If your Switch 2 gets bricked, you're fucked.
Quite retarded in my very humble opinion. I think Nintendo's pretty fucked for doing that.
Yeah, I agree. According to the report, NDL representatives explained that only physical media that contains the content itself can be preserved. And since a key card on its own does not qualify as content, it falls outside of its scope for collection and preservation. Game keycards are Nintendo's new branding for cartridges that still require the game to be downloaded from the Switch 2 online store before the game can be played. The cartridge does not contain the game data, rather it's simply a key that enables a download. There are benefits to such cards. Unlike code-in-a-box releases, they can be traded or resold, and they're theoretically cheaper than proper Switch 2 cartridges with the full game on the card, because those have higher storage and speed specifications and cost more to manufacture. However, numerous players say they don't like game keycards because there's no guarantee they'll work forever due to their need to connect to the Nintendo server to download the content, while it seems unlikely this will ever be deactivated in the near to medium term, it's not known what will happen decades from now.
Thank you for being a yippie for 13 months. Nintendo begging for governments to step on them, and some group of people assume almost being beaten by Google locking Android down soon, though.
Yeah.
Very true. Did you have anything for
No, I didn't.
Google? You didn't? That's like a very important thing to bring up.
I did not bring that up, no.
All right. Well, I'll talk about it briefly then, I guess, later.
Okay. So yeah, this is funny. Again, Nintendo cannot stop taking L's. But this is also Nintendo is also intentionally doing this. I think they are probably okay with losing, like, basically their games being attached to this national library if it means people can't pirate their games.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the point of this.
Even though, sad.
Here's what's funny about this. No first-party Nintendo games have game keycards. It's only third-party ones.
Right.
Which, operate...
Wouldn't this go against EU law? What? I mean, like, they're not in the EU, though.
Yeah, they're not in the EU. Probably somebody Switch 2 for a deck. We're almost to a point where I'd almost want to say, wait on a Steam Deck. The problem is like, I could say that, but, like, when?
Get a Steam Deck. Get a Steam Deck.
I'm not saying don't get a Steam Deck. I'm saying, like, who knows how far we are from, like, the next iteration.
Yeah, but, like, just get one still.
Yeah. Probably won't play their games if they can't be pirated, if they're not, if they are in not Japan and the West. Yeah. Again, I've said I will buy a Switch 2 when Xenoblade 4 is announced, but honestly, even then, I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm like, not even that will get me to buy one.
You don't think so?
I'm more likely to... I might still buy a copy of Xenoblade 4. But then, like, pirate it.
Mm-hmm.
Just to say I did buy it. So... 2 daily reminders. 1, don't buy a Switch 2. 2, get a bank account. Yes, Magma. I'm working on it.
Thank you, Magma. See, I've given up Magma, so you've got to do that for me.
You've given up. It does take time, you know that, right?
You've had 5 years.
Shut up. So yeah.
I will not shut up, sir.
If you want to find an Android thing to put in into the docket, awesome.
I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It's just that Google is deciding that next year you have to give more authentication if you want to put your apps on the App Store.
Yeah, and that's
on the App Store. Excuse me.
Like,
basically, you have to dox yourself to put your stuff on the App Store.
5 years, you deserve the shame. I had an excuse for several of those years. Occo is making it worse than it sounds.
Okay. 2 years.
2 years is fair. 2 years is fair. 5 years is not. For those who don't know, and I'm going to not go into too much because it is, you know, too much information for the internet. I was taking care of a family member throughout all of COVID. On top of dealing with COVID. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to go into a government building during COVID because they're all whack jobs.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying COVID's over now.
No,
no,
absolutely.
Are done with
I have no excuse anymore. I did have an excuse. I do not anymore.
Your excuse now is you're lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And don't worry, I can promise that everything will be set up. I'm knocking on wood by early 2026.
Good.
Okay. All right. We're gonna talk about my big thing.
You want to talk about your big thing?
My big thing.
Goodness, you gotta prepare me for that first. Before you get started, let me go grab some ice cream.
Okay. Lazy
Chad, I don't think
isn't.
Temp realizes what he just said.
I still don't have mine. You're missing out on a lot. No, I know I am, Magma. I absolutely know I am. And I'm you know what? Hold on.
All right. My favorite slur. Oh dear. Oh, did Temp walk away?
No, I'm here.
He did. He did walk away, didn't he?
I went and grabbed my documentation.
I don't know, Chad. I can't hear him.
I hate you. Anyway, sorry. No, I went and grabbed my documentation because the only thing really making sure I don't do that is having this available. So I'm putting it in plain view to get that done. So, yeah. Anyway, so last week we talked about Mayor Synchronous, which was a plugin, a very big mod for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yes.
And a lot of people were not sure of Square's response, if they were even going to make a response besides the cease and desist. Square responded.
They did, yeah.
And in fact, the director and producer of Final Fantasy XIV is the one that made the response.
Yes, so he is the one that you want to hear make this response.
Yes, exactly. They do put a thing saying, we request the cooperation of media outlets and those intending to repost this comment elsewhere. Please do not summarize or provide only excerpts. We respectfully ask that you link readers to this comment instead.
So this is why it's going to take a while to go through it, because Temp's going to read the entire thing.
I am going to read the entire thing. I have not read the entire thing. I skimmed the very beginning of it. Hello?
Temp is being asked by Yoshi P to read the whole thing, so he's going to read the whole thing.
Read the whole thing? Yoshi P has respected my time. I'm going to respect his.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Producer and director Naoki Yoshida here. I'd like to address the recent feedback and discussion among the community regarding in-game mods. This post is not meant to target any one mod specifically, but I'd like to touch on the general subject of mods, their use, and the culture surrounding them. I thank you in advance for your understanding. Firstly, while I am in charge of Final Fantasy XIV, I am also a PC gamer, and have been for many years. I spoke about this multiple times in the past, but my own personal stance regarding mods, that I do tolerate them, has not changed. In the past 20 or so years, I've seen numerous positive examples of games with fan-made mods that expand upon existing gameplay. However, these mods are generally created with a vital premise in mind. They are for personal use only, and the individual player is responsible for the mods they use. Furthermore, the mods must not impact the core game, its services, or the intended game design in a negative manner. I personally feel that these rules should be followed by all mod creators and users. That being said, if players continue to uphold the above premise of mods enhancing one's personal enjoyment of the game and acknowledge they are taking responsibility for what they download, I personally see no reason to track down or investigate gamers for the general use of mods. Of course, from my position leading Final Fantasy XIV, I still feel it is vital for players to follow our user agreement and other rules. Additionally, I'd like to stress the importance that players follow two rules: that their style of gameplay does not infringe upon others, and that they do not negatively impact the core game, its services, or intended game design as mentioned above. It is my sincerest hope that everyone can continue playing Final Fantasy XIV as well as other PC games in ways that are enjoyable to them. Below, I'd like to elaborate on what infringing upon others and negatively impacting the intended game design entail. These are merely examples, so I don't mind if you skip over them. please keep in mind that these theoretical examples do not single out any particular mod. Furthermore, this is not a criticism of those who create or use mods. The following is meant to deepen everyone's understanding of our stance on this matter. Altering item and character appearances. In Final Fantasy XIV, we have several extremely high-end duties that challenge players to their limit, known as ultimate raids. To defeat the enemies within these raids, players must dedicate a significant amount of time and effort. As the reward for clearing, they earn the title of Legend, as well as a specific job weapons with specialized visual effects. Let's say player A loves ultimate raids and is motivated to challenge them at every opportunity. After they clear, they proudly equip their new title and weapon as proof of their party's diligent efforts to earn them. Meanwhile, we have player B, who makes use of a specific mod. This mod allows them to bypass the conditions for obtaining in-game items, making it possible for them to equip any item in the game, including items that must be purchased with real money. Player B is busy with work, and although they have the motivation, their circumstances prevent them from progressing through any of the ultimate raids. They decide instead to install a mod, so that they can at least see what it looks like to have their own character equipped with one of the ultimate raid weapons.
He just called player B lazy.
Yeah, pretty much. But he also said, it kind of basically says, I understand.
Oh, player B's lazy, chat.
Player B
Player B.
uses said mod to equip a set of items which only displays on their client screen. So this is me talking now. Final Fantasy XIV has a transmog system. What he is describing here is very specifically a mod-specific transmog system.
Uh-huh.
So, player B uses said mod to equip a set of items which only displays on their client screen. To other players, player B's model is only wearing default gear, but on player B's monitor, they're equipped with a dazzling ultimate weapon. They take a screenshot of their character and decide to use it as their desktop background. In this case, player A has followed the rules of the game and worked hard with their party to clear the ultimate raid, earning themselves a weapon and a title as evidence of their feat. When other players come across player A using their title and ultimate weapon, they see a legend who has overcome one of the game's most punishing duties. On the other hand, should they encourage player B, they would simply see a character, should they encounter player B, they would simply see a character with their default gear. Let's imagine a scenario.
Nobody.
Exactly. Let's imagine a scenario in which player A and B cross paths in game. On player B's screen, player A appears with their brand new title and ultimate weapon, the same weapon that they appear to themselves as having equipped it. Conversely, on player A's screen, player A appears with their title and hard-won weapon, while player B appears in their default gear. In other words, player A sees the rewards each player has earned fairly within the context of the game's rules. Player B sees a modified version of the game, but these changes are visible only to player B themselves, and thus fall within the realm of individual enjoyment. Please note, this is not intended as a judgment on the virtue of one approach versus the other. Similarly, if a player chooses to install a mod, the risk of encountering a computer virus, for example, it is borne by the individual. Additionally, mods that do not adversely affect other players, which ensure visual changes are only visible to the individual user, can be said to narrowly maintain the integrity of the game's design. Although, of course, this is open to interpretation. However, if a mod was updated and its changes become visible not just to the individual mod user, but to other players too, what would the implications be? Player A with their title and gear earned from hours of concerted effort with their friends, and player B with their mod-driven gear are now on a level playing field, so to speak. This development may not concern player B, but for player A, it considerably negates the cooperation, time, and effort invested, not to mention the pride they might have felt in their achievement. After all, the rewards are now available to anyone with the mod installed, albeit lacking the corresponding in-game attributes. In this example, other players have been infringed upon, and the intended design of the game has been negatively impacted. Although player B may have been unaware of the mod's precise functionality, their usage has diminished other players' motivation and circumvented the game's systems, even if the creator of the mod simply intended for players to readily access and enjoy their favorite gear. they may have detrimentally affected both the game and the wider player community. In response, our only options would be to ask that players cease using the mod, or to request the mod creator removes the functionality causing the problem. Of course, we could also implement preventative measures in game, but this would divert programming resources from other areas, potentially damaging the enjoyment of other players in the long run. The scenario outlined above is just one example, but I hope it helps clarify the differences between mod usage within the realm of individual enjoyment and mods usage which is damaging to the game itself. Some players might ask, well, what about a mod which only makes changes visible to other users of the same mod? The issue is that any mod which changes visible to others requires the manipulation or rewriting of game files, which is fundamentally even more problematic and destructive. Even supposing that this theoretical mod provided generous improvements to the game and as was well received by all players, the moment a problematic feature is introduced to said mod, we must insist that players stop using it. Sorry, I need a drink of water.
Chat, what he's saying is, all right, he doesn't care if you are using client-side mods to make yourself look pretty for you. He cares if you're doing it for everybody else.
Exactly.
But it's more than just like making yourself look pretty, because anything that alters the game files is destructive to the core game code.
Exactly. Another example of such a feature. Also, you got raided. Ava, thank you for the raid.
Thank you, Ava, for the raid. Wait. On YouTube, thank you for the raid, Ava.
It was on YouTube.
Very much appreciated. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. By the way, we're 10 minutes to September.
Whoa!
Oh boy.
Today is the final day of
Everybody's
August.
having a good one. Ava, how was your camping trip? Or how was your trip that you told me you went on? People had PC problems? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You should tell me about them or tell Temp about them. Camping was fun. That's good.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to continue.
Yeah, go ahead right now.
Okay. Another example of such a feature, a mod that allows players to freely equip optional items and display them to others. What does that say to the players who go through the trouble of saving up to purchase these goods from the Final Fantasy Online store? Are these players losing out by not using a mod? Some may say that Square Enix is to blame for trying to make money by demanding that players spend extra on optional items. We operate our servers.
No, it's continued support.
It's continued support, exactly. It's all cosmetic stuff. It is just
cosmetic and skip past the story.
Exactly.
None of that shit.
And like the skip past the story is like
money.
It's frustrating, sure, but the option is there. I mean, I think even Warframe has the option to do that.
No, I don't think so. Could be wrong.
Well, I know they've talked about it anyway. I know they have talked about it.
They have toyed around with the idea. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
Okay. All right. Fair.
I could be wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Fair. So we operate our servers and data centers 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with the hope that our players can enjoy a reliable gaming experience. Currently, global inflation is taking its toll at a rapid pace, driving up server electricity costs, the cost of land, and even the price of servers themselves. We do not want to increase subscription fees for players, if at all possible, but keeping our game running requires sufficient income. If we start creating a deficit, Final Fantasy XIV may no longer be able to operate. This is an example of damage dealt to the services we provide. In these cases, as well, we ask that players refrain from using such mods or remove the offending function from the mod itself. I personally understand that modding culture is rooted in good intentions, but we are given no choice but to act if mods even incidentally threaten player motivation or the viability of our services.
He's saying that we need this money because if not, we're going to have to increase the price of the sub, and we really don't want to do that because people depend on the sub being this cheap.
Exactly. And, you know, I appreciate the honesty.
Oh, man, that is insane. Holy shit.
Honestly, the level...
Don't mod. That's crazy.
And he's not saying don't mod. He's saying choose your mods wisely.
14 is dying. No, 14 is not dying. They're just saying, please, if you're gonna mod, don't please don't take away from what other people's experience would be, because they and you depend on us getting a sustainable amount of money. And
Yeah.
I mean, like, there has been inflation. Yeah, to some degree, there has been inflation across the world. So it's fair for him to say, hey, we're trying not to increase the price here. Increasing the price was not what we want to do. So please don't make us inclined to do that.
Mm.
You know. All right, continue.
Sorry, I do see a comment from Biohazard. Try not to be a dick when I say this, but I'm saying something that I'm noticing that you are cutting in and out a lot. I know it is not on my end. It is
Don't know why.
specifically on Occo's end. We don't know why.
It is. It could be Discord here. I'll reconnect. Yeah, Discord has no issues coming in. And my internet has been fine. My MS is like under 100. So.
Yeah, we're on Discord.
I really don't know of an alternative to make to Discord chat. I'm sorry.
Discord's too
I'm
big.
open to ideas.
Discord's too big. That's the problem. Either way, so let's consider. Let's consider another theoretical mod, one that displays your character entirely naked. I know who he's talking to here. If this presentation is displayed only on the user screen, that might fall into the category of personal use and responsibility. Bear in mind, this is my personal interpretation and not a discussion of whether that behavior is right or wrong. However, if the user posts a screenshot of their naked character publicly on social media, Final Fantasy XIV itself may be subject to legal measures by regulators in certain countries. Laws that regulate the content of video games grow stricter by the year. You don't say. These laws are there to protect minors and for a variety of other reasons, but the fact remains that they are tangibly becoming stricter. We have a duty to provide our services in adherence to the laws of all countries where Final Fantasy XIV is available, and if we are unable to do so, the distribution of our game can be prohibited. This is another example of damage dealt to our services. Allow me to repeat myself when I say I do not intend for these examples to be a censure of mod users or creators. I only wish to provide some tangible examples of how using certain mods can damage other players, Final Fantasy XIV, and the services we provide, regardless of the mod's original intent. As always, we do our utmost to keep creating a world which all players can enjoy, even though it may take some time to do so. It is my hope to incorporate player feedback and officially fulfill as many functionality requests as possible. I am also considering how to increase the freedom of choice players have in the gear they choose to equip. While paying respect to the long-standing tradition of modding PC games, I ask that all players in turn respect our game by enjoying their fun within the confines of some basic rules. With that business aside, I am very pleased to announce that the next fan festival yesterday, on the 12th anniversary of Final Fantasy XIV. This would not have been possible without you, our players. Thank you all so much for your support thus far, and we hope to have the pleasure of your company as we continue along this incredible journey for years to come. And one more thing, for those wondering what comes after the Japanese Fan Fest, while I can't give any details yet, rest assured, you won't have to wait long. So that's the article, and I really, really, really appreciate Yoshi P's diligence in the examples.
I do too. I think he's really trying to say, guys, I really don't want to have to do anything. Please don't force me to do something because I really don't want to have to do something.
Exactly. They have threatened anti-cheat because with like the Omega Ultimate Raid. I know why he used Ultimate Raid as an example. Because when the Omega Ultimate Raid came out, people were using an FOV mod to be able to see the whole arena. And they ended up winning Worlds First because of that mod. But because they did that, it ruined a lot of people's enjoyment of the World's First race because it was cheated.
Huh, that's interesting.
And
Discord just
because
had
of
an
that,
update to its policies.
they actually threatened saying, look, we don't want to have to, but if we genuinely have to, we will use an anti-cheat. But I know how
Yeah.
invasive they are. We do not want to do that, but we will if we have to.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's really weird because I'm looking at because Discord has a feature where you can see the ping. I have not had any packet loss. I've had one moment like 3 minutes ago where we went over 200 ping, but like that's not when you're. It's not like I don't know why Discord is having so many fucking issues right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I apologize about that, chat. There really isn't much I can do, but like there is no packet loss. It looks like.
We don't want to be the bad guys, but if we can't keep our heads up, we'll need to be stern. Exactly. And I have no problem with this. I have been someone saying I don't mind mod usage. I just don't want to use them myself because I put a lot of money into my account. I don't want to get banned. And while this does give me
I've
more,
never used mods.
this does give me more faith of like if I wanted to, I could, but I won't. I mean, I'm again, Yoshi P put a lot of time into this and to make sure that we all understand his point of view and the dev team's point of view of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to respect that.
It reminds me of when I was a kid. My mom was always like, "Don't make me your problem," or "Don't make it my problem." Basically, where whenever there was an issue, Dad would always be like, "Listen, if you make Mom have to like come after you, it's everybody's problem. So please don't like cause issues." Basically,
No, absolutely. That's 100% what this is. And
because like if you cause issues, we're gonna have to make things worse.
And this article, and I don't want to make it seem like this, but I have not seen any of the anti-woke community. Like I'm gonna give a few names like Grums and Pirate Nation and Cabrutus, like any of that kind of backtrack on this is killing Final Fantasy 14 comments. None of them have.
Okay.
But they all doubled down as soon as Mayor Synchronous went off saying, Square is killing the game. And then I read this and I'm like, they don't want to have to do this. But if the mod is damaging what they deliver to the players that makes them money, and it has potential damaging effects to other people around them, it's problematic and needs to be dealt with.
It's problematic, yeah.
Good morning, TempKitsempt. I am EP, so I shall sleep now. Good night. Have a good night, Magma.
You aren't wrong. It does cause issues, and that's why it's just like you really have to look at people and say, "Do you really want to ruin this for everybody?"
Exactly.
I really don't want you to.
And it's the same people, and I've said this before, and it really frustrates me. But people like Grums really push the Final Fantasy 14 is woke comment. But I read this article and I'm like, look, we're willing to look at feedback. We're willing to talk about this. We're willing to make the changes that necessary. Having played Dawn Trail's patches, you can absolutely see the feedback.
Again, my problem. Sorry, you finish your thought.
Like you could see a heavy reduction in Wooklamon. Like she's still there because she's part of the story. And when she needs to speak, she does. But
yeah,
they know that we don't like her. And that feedback has been addressed. And that's why I do have faith for the future of this game. Because they're willing to listen to their player base. And it was almost unanimous that Dawn Trail just kind of sucked donkey balls, at least as far as the story's concerned.
I hate that donkey balls. I don't like that. I don't know why. I just don't like that.
Fair.
Might just be me though. I don't know. My opinion is, and I'm kind of echoing this based off of it again, and maybe I'm overusing it, but the quartering is a good example where it's just like, right now we're in an age where everything is woke is kind of dying down the age needs to turn into making good content, which is why, like, I've not really, like, in my head, I was like, oh, maybe people are going away from drama or shit like that. I was like, no, I don't think people will ever go away from drama. Drama is going to be like always an interesting thing to look at. There's going to be high points, there's going to be low points, but like in the terms of fucking the anti-woke crowd, I feel like that shit is dying down and it is evening out. Cuz in my excuse me, in my opinion, we're past the age where it's just like, oh my gosh, she's woke. She's a chick and she's gay. What was that line from South Park? Like make it a chicken, make it gay, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of past that. Like we're slowly like shifting away from that, and now we're moving on to an age where it's just like, well, I've kind of already heard the same thing like multiple times, um, and now I really just want to be entertained. It's not going away until DEI is forced to. Okay, so what I'm saying is, chat, because I'm not saying DEI is going away. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Absolutely not. And I apologize if that's the impression if that's what it sounds like. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is people are getting tired of hearing that everything is woke.
Mm-hmm.
There is a point where your message gets annoying if people just get annoyed with it. Okay, there was a period I feel between the election and a certain amount of time where hearing that kind of thing, yeah, people needed to hear that. People needed to wake up. They needed to see that shit sucked and we need to like make it better. But I feel like we're approaching a time where people are like, well, we really don't we've already decided what we don't like. And we've already decided what we're not interested in. And so please just entertain us because
Mm-hmm.
saying everything is woke or constantly going on the attack isn't gonna fit anymore,
Absolutely.
if that makes sense.
Well, an example I've given, especially in the case of Grums, because I bring this up with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth quite
Temp really
regularly.
hates Grums.
This really specifically pissed me off, especially after playing Rebirth. Because when it came to PC, I actually was able to sit down and play it. People like Grums and Cabrutus were actively saying Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was woke. And their only example of that was a scene in the Gold Saucer. It was just a screenshot of two guys sitting at a table together.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. That's not gay. My problem, like, if they want to claim a game is woke, provide evidence. Play the game. Get footage. Give us proof to prove this is woke. If you have actual proof of this, awesome. But if you're not providing that proof and only working off screenshots from trailers, I'm sorry. That's not enough for me. Like, if there is obvious evidence in trailers and media sources, that's one thing. But if there is no clear evidence from that, don't just go out and say it. Don't cry wolf. Play it, provide evidence. Is that so much to ask? And to these people, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, and I will also say again, my opinion is like, again, we're still not in the age where the companies are done with this. Because yeah, we're not done facing that, and I don't want to like give the false impression that like, oh, now we can be done fighting. Because no, obviously we're not done fighting for these things to not be shit. What I'm saying is that we can't just come out and make the product everything sucks.
Yeah.
Because that's not what everybody is interested in anymore. I think there is probably some fatigue, and I do think that some people are like, listen, I'm tired of hearing about this kind of shit. Can you just entertain me? I do believe that that is the case for some people. But I do think that like you can't just package everything sucks anymore and expect for people to constantly give that attention. Because I think that like it's more than that now.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a member for 12 months, 1 year. Evidence can be hazardous to a narrative. Yes.
Absolutely. Another great example, and this is one that I would not call woke. This is one I would call really stupid, but I wouldn't call it woke. And that is changing Toriyama's designs in Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Was it stupid that they did? Was it stupid that they redesigned some of these characters to be more modernly appropriate, yes. Would I call that woke? No.
It's not enough to complain. We have to become the culture. Yes. My opinion is you can't just complain about the shit that goes on. And again, that's why I think that what the fuck? I've just been raided by a bunch of you guys. My thought process is that you can't just complain and say, "Oh, she's lame and gay." You have to actually come out and say, "Well, here's my the gay shit." When Tim Pool was like, "We're gonna become the culture." No, I legitimately think that that's part of it, and that you do need to legitimately come out and actively become part of the culture. Create your own shit. That's why I want to do I mean, like, again, drama will still be a major part of my brand, but I also want to like include more fun things in it as well, if that makes sense.
No,
Because
absolutely.
being somebody that comes out and swings doom all the time, and I don't even think I do that, but just like being the guy that talks about negative stuff in the games industry, it gets kind of boring and annoying, and I don't think a lot of people enjoy that. Um, so I'm more interested in how can I make talking about this shit fun and interesting, and that's what's, you know, encouraging the stuff I talked about yesterday. So
Absolutely.
Tim Pool stole it from Razor Fist. I don't even think they knew each other, but you know, my idea is just to become the better culture. And you only do that by making, and you can't complain all the time, because if you complain all the time, then you're just going to be the quartering, wondering why nobody watches you anymore, and it's because you're not bringing anything interesting to the table.
Yeah.
And Pool stole that from Razor Fist. I would have to see proof that he stole that from Razor Fist, but okay. Thank you for the 2.
But yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people are gonna get mad at me because, oh no, Final Fantasy 14 is quote unquote woke or it's dying. But reading this, it gives me more faith in the game. I'm sorry. Like,
We'll see.
I've already said I'm buying 8.0. I until the 14 team specifically gives me a reason to quit. I'm probably not gonna quit because they have respected my time. They've respected a lot of players' times. Occo and Temp are on the same table together. Dogwave is woke now. That's how these people act. That's 100% how these people act.
That's what the Ripperverse is about. Exactly. That's why I like the Ripperverse. It's just like, and I've from what I've heard, the comics are kind of mid. Granted, I haven't read the comics, so I couldn't give an official opinion. But like, the Ripperverse is about creating it. I mean, that's kind of like why I like Yellow Flash as well, because Yellow Flash actually made a comic book. He didn't just say he hated comic books; he made one.
Yeah.
There is one that has Yellow Flash's face and name on it that he made. And he did it with the Ripperverse, and it's just like, holy fuck. There's actually people out there that's willing to say, yeah, this shit sucks ass. I'm gonna do it myself, and then they do it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want localizers to be replaced by AI. Me too.
That
Me too.
so sadly, that is one of the things that 14 is plagued by right now. The lead localizer.
That's why they're woke, Temp.
I can believe people will say that for that reason, but the lead localizer for 14 actively has called for the death of a sitting president. While in that position.
Yoshi P that.
Huh?
Email Yoshi P.
Oh, I'm positive they know. Yoshi P actually pays attention to social media and shit like that. I am positive he knows.
Golden Eagle. Yeah. Stay away from Comicsgate. Oh, I know. I've observed quite a lot with the Comicsgate people. I kind of want to talk about it one day just to laugh at some of those people, though, because they're all they're extremely retarded individuals. And fucking Nick Rekieta is involved with them because, you know, of course he is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Koji Fox is not the lead localizer anymore. He still works with the dev team. Like, he's still very much involved, but he's not the lead localizer anymore. The lead localizer is a pink-haired leftist nut sucking bitch.
So he's a faggot, is what you're saying?
No, it's an actual she. It is a
okay,
genuine she.
Okay, so she's a faggot. Okay,
Yes.
understood. Like the stream chat. Like the stream.
She is the one who actually localized Wook Lamont. So Square went behind her back and basically cracked the whip when it came to the new dialogue from Based on Trail. But the fact that they had to do that, and she's actively calling for the death of a sitting president. I'm gonna say it. She is definitely on notice. At least they know what she's doing.
Yeah.
So either they're going to drop her, or they're going to rein her in hard.
You just cut off there.
Fair. I don't know. Either way, let's move off the topic, because we're going to be on this one too long, and I don't want to stay on this one too long.
And you're looping.
Yeah, exactly. A programmer developing adult games on Steam had their PayPal account frozen. Developers excluded from banks lose their last lifeline. So this comes from a post on Reddit. Now, Pirate Nation was the one that posted this, so you cannot say I went to Reddit to look for this.
Okay.
I own a massive corporation tax bill to HMRC, and PayPal has frozen all my funds because I made an adult game. I'm a programmer for games on Steam, primarily adult games, and a month ago I was expecting payment for a game I released, which netted me £80,000. This money was supposed to be used to pay a large corporation tax bill due in August. However, for 4+ weeks now, PayPal has refused to release any of the money to me. They interviewed me and asked where it came from. I said it came from a programming work I did for video games. They asked me where the games were sold. I said Steam. Then they asked me what specific game it was and demanded I link the store page. I linked the store page, and when they realized it was an adult game, they refused to release my money. They have also not refunded it to the lead developer either. I have raised complaints that have gone nowhere. I have been told I have violated PayPal's terms of service. Bear in mind, PayPal is far removed from the actual sales of the game. Steam pays lead developer. Lead developer takes money into his corporation. His corporation sends its shares of the profits to and it scrolls down. Bare gist of it, PayPal is refusing to pay this developer because he made a game that's adult.
And the money didn't even come from Steam to go to... That's crazy. That is insane. Chat, I'm approaching the time where I will start telling people, don't be, don't have lewd content, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
It's really crazy because I would have thought that would have been something that would have been, I would have had to have the talk with a Democrat in power, but right now it's happening with a Republican, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, like even
I mean,
like,
I do understand that, but like it's bizarre to me that that's happening right now.
It's actually making even people like MommaOcco, like if we want to like commission a not safe for work art piece, we can't.
I mean, just don't put it on the thing.
Yeah.
I don't write on. I just put payment for like.
Yeah, payment for art.
No, I don't even say payment for art. I just say commission services or some shit like that.
It actually gets worse than that. PayPal is now banning accounts for buying explicit ebooks. My PayPal account has been banned for buying smutty ebooks. Have I done something illegal? My account got banned a couple of days ago for making purchases which violate the terms of service. Upon querying with staff over the phone, I've been told that it was ebooks that I have been buying. I'm panicking a little bit right now. I haven't done anything illegal, have I? The books were mostly stuff about monsters and milking, some Dubcon stuff. If it is illegal, what do I need to do to protect myself? Do I delete my ebooks? If the ebooks aren't illegal, then is the company really allowed to tell me how I'm allowed to spend my money? Like, is this any different to Halifax or nationwide forbidding me from buying cigarettes or alcohol at Tesco's. I'm in England. Well, I mean, that's your first problem. You're in England. But I understand that, like, it's becoming a problem.
Yes.
It's been a problem, but, like...
It has been for a long time. You okay?
Yeah.
You just had like a heavy sigh there.
I just hate it. I hate it. Because this is stupid. I mean, it's been stupid from the beginning, but, like... It's extra stupid.
Yeah, that's why I said women most affected, because, like, so these people are buying smutty books. It's women. It's 100% women. 100% chat. That was a woman on Reddit.
I'll make lose regardless, but I don't exchange money for it. That's fair. I'll be honest. In my off internet hours or off my computer hours, the amount of stuff I have saved for future dog not safe for work content has risen exponentially.
But no, it's becoming increasingly hard to work on that.
Oh yeah, it has. Hold on. Some dogs outside barking. I don't know what. Probably my cats.
Your cat's being little shits.
Probably. Oh, I didn't tell you. The mother cat had kittens.
Again.
Well, she finally had them. She's been pregnant for a bit now.
Yeah, I know. She was pregnant when I left.
Yeah. One of the kittens has died. And we are pretty sure we know why. The youngest cat thinks that she can play with them already.
That's a very depressing thing to bring up, Temp.
I know. One kitten has passed. We assume it is because the youngest cat, which she's a year old now, pulled it away from its mother, and I think tried playing with it, and yeah. She has since done it with another one, but we caught it before anything happened with it, and I threatened to throw her outside. She has not done it since.
Oh, good.
Especially because I took her outside. Who the hell starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
It's a good point. I just sat down. What the fuck?
Earlier in the day, I wanted to kind of start easing her into going outside because she's fixed now.
Mm-hmm.
And I took her outside, and she immediately started trying to climb the security door.
Misa trying to climb what?
The youngest cat, the 1-year-old, the one that is trying to play with the kittens. I took her outside this morning to try and get her to go outside, and she freaked out and tried getting back inside. So she's not mentally ready to go outside yet. But we're gonna try easing her into going outside. Temp assisting evolution here. It sucks, but what can you do? It's nature.
Indeed, it is. Oh, excuse me.
Anyway, let's see. I guess we'll talk about, if we're on the UK already, let's talk about the UK.
Okay.
Breaking news. Valve has been forced by the UK Online Safety Act and Ofcom to force users to verify through credit card information. Steam offers a disclaimer showcasing this was the best option out of all the horrendous other ways they could have implemented this. And this is on their privacy and security tab. Among all age assurance mechanisms reviewed by Valve, this process preserves the maximum degree of user privacy. The data processed in the verification process is identical to that of the millions of other Steam users who make purchases or store their payment details for convenience. The verification process, therefore, provides no information about the user's content preferences to payment providers or other third parties. Valve handles the verification process using its own internal payment processing system, which is independently certified under the PCI DSS standard. I'm not surprised they
Okay.
had to bow to it, but I'm glad they found a method to do it that is the least shitty.
No, I agree. So what do they do?
Oh, you have to pay with a credit card at least once, because in order to have a credit card, you do have to be of age,
Well, yes, of course.
and that's all they're requiring. Is like, make one credit card payment and you're good.
Well, I mean, like that's always been like
That's always been anything
in
anyway.
my personal opinion, that's always been like a good way. That's why I've never really understood why Twitter requires like your ID for further verification sometimes.
Yeah,
Because it's just like if I buy Twitter Blue, that should be good enough. I'm showing you that I have a credit card. And so I'm 18. I mean, like YouTube, ever since they rolled out their thing, they've not asked me for my verification on either my private account or on my YouTube account.
yep,
And that's probably because on my private account, I have YouTube Premium that I've paid for over a decade.
mm,
And I imagine you have to be at least 18 to have a credit card to buy that. So they
yeah,
probably like, he's probably an adult.
exactly.
And then with YouTube, like for my channel, I have an AdSense account, and you can't get an AdSense account unless you have a bank account.
Yep,
And you typically need to be an adult for. I think you actually have to be an adult
yeah,
to get an AdSense account.
exactly.
So hiding my age, yes.
Again, it is the bare minimum of what they want. I know the UK Online Safety Act wants more, but Valve is okaying the bare minimum.
The bare minimum is all right, my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You sure you're 18, mommy? Yes.
But Valve is under some
Newgrounds 2
more.
is something similar? Yes.
I would say Valve is under more hot water, but it's really Collective Shout being tards again.
When are they not, though?
Collective Shout interview. Steam's sexual violence game defenders are abusers in real life. Collective Shout's campaign promoted Visa and MasterCard to pressure Steam into removing adult games depicting sexual violence against women, raising ethical concerns about glorifying abuse. This change enforces stricter content policies. Aiming to protect women from harmful media while sparking debate on censorship and platform responsibility. And this is a full-on interview. Hey, Panina.
I don't
Anyway.
want to go through that whole interview.
We're going to go through the whole interview.
Oh, how long is it?
It's not long. It's
Okay.
it's actually not that very long. It's going to feel long because it's Collective Shout, but it's not long.
Just remember, I have my thing at the end, too.
I know. And we're doing this one last, and then I'll let you take over for the Pro ZD and Nemesis shit.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? We'll do this first real quick. And then we'll get to because this is still part of the UK. 4chan and Kiwi Farms filed a federal lawsuit against the UK Office of Communications in DC federal court for attempting to fine them.
So I did talk about this already. My opinion is I need to know what the relief is that they're seeking. Like, what is the stated claim?
Yeah.
Because you can't just file a lawsuit without stating a claim.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm interested to see what claim they are going to levy forth in the court system, and that will determine about whether or not I feel like it works.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Back to Collective Shout. Nobody has a human right to stimulate and enact fantasies of rape and extreme violence against women. Caitlin Rober, the campaign managers at Collective Shout, explained in a recent email interview with me. Not being able to access rape games from popular gaming platforms is a minor inconvenience, not a violation of a person's rights. Payment processors get to determine if they do not want to host illegal content, including rape, sexual violence, incest, child sexual abuse, exploitation, and bestiality. Collective Shout, a small group from Australia, created a stir within the PC gaming community when it targeted Steam, the biggest storefront and platform. With a campaign that resulted in payment processors such as Visa and MasterCard threatening to pull their service from the platform if Valve didn't remove games depicting sexual violence against women, Valve was forced to comply with the demands of the payment processors and change Steam's policy to reflect the new changes. The response from the gaming community was nothing short of an uproar, with thousands raising concerns that a new precedent has been set, Valve having to bend the knee to payment providers and ban games that weren't previously against the platform's terms of service. Following this decision and the widespread reporting of its impact on the Steam platform, a harassment campaign has been launched towards Collective Shout, which the organization is now engaging with lawyers, the FBI, and even the United Nations in response to threats that include pornography, sexual violence, and death threats. It is clear many of the men defending their rape games
And death threats.
perpetrate crimes of violence against women because they are doing it to us right now, Caitlin tells me. I would ask those who view the loss of their rape games as censorship to consider if they are as concerned with women's basic human rights and the glorification of male violence against women. Caitlin continued when asking for her response to those who see Collective Shout's campaign and its impact as censorship.
A lot of it's extremely funny that they say this, but a lot of the people that enjoy this kind of content are women.
Yeah.
They are harming women by doing this.
In fact, men oftentimes actually avoid a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, men are very basic and they don't like play a lot of this shit. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them probably do. Maybe I know Grum's probably did because he likes his cat fighting. But
I mean, there's some stuff I like too.
Men,
it's stuff that every guy likes. It's just
men stay away from a lot of this stuff, and it's the women that tend to be the biggest enjoyers, I guess you could say, of this content. So it's really funny to see that women harming women the most, women hurting women, women affected the most. So,
while some gamers were upset that their games were now removed from the platform, many felt Valve's compliance with the situation highlighted an overreach by payment processors, particularly the moral policing of art and content under the threat of withdrawing payment processing support. Although some of the content is illegal in Australia, the campaign's effects have been global. In a nutshell, Visa or MasterCard deem the adult games as an elevated risk to their brands through association. Regardless of their legality, hence their decision to threaten Steam with a global removal of their services. Our work focuses on combating the sexual objectification and exploitation of women and girls, so we focus our energy there, Caitlin Rober said when asked about the legality of the content it targets. We call out this objectification and abusive depictions of women and girls, even where they are not illegal. Legality is not the defining factor, it is about documented evidence of harm to women and girls. We object to content that harms the status of women and girls, that objectifies and dehumanizes them, regardless of legal or illegal status. In some cases, of course, the content we object to is illegal, as was the case here. It was not illegal.
It was not, well, it's illegal in their country. That's the point.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's their objection, is it's illegal in their country.
I spoke with Caitlin Rober, the campaign's manager at Collective Shout, and one of the organization's members who pushed the campaign into the view of Visa and MasterCard, which resulted in Steam's policy being changed to account for the guidelines enforced by payment processors, and ultimately, the removal of thousands of adult games from Steam. Here is the full transcript of our interview, which was conducted via email. Could you provide an introduction on Collective Shout and what the organization strives to achieve in general? Collective Shout is a grassroots campaigning movement against the objectification of women and sexualization of girls in media, advertising, and popular culture. Gee, then maybe you shouldn't have promoted cuties, but you know.
That's always like a crazy thing to know, chat, is the fact that Collective Shout was a very massive proponent of cuties. And I think that they were literally up until the last minute where it's just like, yeah, I guess we agree that shit's bad too. Like, they were all for cuties until it was very hard to say that they were for cuties.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong, but pretty sure I'm not.
Anyway, advertising and popular culture, for those less familiar with these concepts, sexual objectification is the process of reducing a person, often a woman, to the status of object or thing to be used by someone else, rather than a human being. Our work is evidence-based, rooted in the global research which for decades has identified the sexualization and objectification of women and girls as having significant negative outcomes for them. These include serious negative impacts on women and girls' physical and mental health, on the status of women, with objectifying portrayals leading both men and women to have a diminished view of women's competence, morality, and humanity, and as a driver of men's violence against women. And it basically cuts off from there because it's not the whole thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, Collective
Bless
Shout
you.
basically all but confirmed they've all but confirmed that they were the ones that got the payment processors involved.
Right.
But Collective Shout, even if we're winning against them, they started a cascade that is almost as bad as the woke in like problem. If not, I would say as bad. I would say as bad in record time. Either way, that's that. That's all I had for the night.
Yeah.
You are free to go.
Okay. I had a few small things before I had my big topic.
Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna get a refill of water and ice cream.
Oh, you're gonna do the cherry act, huh?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be to say yes to
I
that.
haven't had water for almost an hour and a half, and I've been talking
Oh,
nonstop.
we can wait for you to come back.
It's fine. I will be back momentarily.
I'm giving him shit, chat. Oh, excuse me. Was Akko being detained? Yes. Let me pull up where did I put it somewhere in here. Not in his DMs. No. Did I put it in Dogwave links? I did. Okay. You guys are gonna love this. You guys are gonna love this. Ah, this is gonna be funny. Akko promised the Yippies ice cream for days, but none has been given. Ice cream has been given to the Yippies that are there. Okay. So if you aren't there for the ice cream, I don't know what to tell you. My apologies for the yawning, by the way. It shall react harder, yes. Do I have voice training tips? No, I am not a voice trainer, sadly. So I can't really help you there. Did I miss any super chats? Let me check. I might have. Yes, Mercenary for 2 says, remember Nintendo has a Power World clone on the Switch too. I didn't know that. That's funny. That's incredibly funny. And my music died. Give me one moment. Oh, chat. I have not had very many updates on the server stuff right now. Right now, I'm just waiting for one more part to come in. It's supposed to be here on Tuesday. Then I can finally assemble Yippee Towers. And I'm excited about that. The only newest thing that's happened is one of my fans, thank you to that fan, bought me like a computer screwdriver set. So now I can actually like use tiny screwdriver, basically. Oh, excuse me. I bet if they would not care if it was a grape game about men. Oh, they probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't. So that's I agree. I 100% agree that if it were that way, it would be exactly the opposite. Yippies are lazy. They expect everyone to do stuff for them. Yes. Well, yippies aren't lazy in bed. I mean, like they do graze in the sun sometimes. They do graze in the sun, chat. They do hang out in the sun, and they go out. See, here's what you have to understand, chat. They have to go out to get more ice cream.
My apologies, I'm back.
Oh goodness, welcome back. Spent too long getting your own food. Ice cream is a human right. No, ice cream is a yippee right, chat. You get it right.
Let me catch up on chat. College chat need to get their fat, lonely asses up and actually help real women and children. Yeah. Oh, my model froze again. I cannot wait for the new one. I want to point out that basically Lum Lum, Kirsha, Savvy, and many other women that criticize Collector Shot are being misgendered as men again.
Lumi was misgendered as a man.
Well, no, they're saying that the only people who like the content are men.
Ah, fair.
As Hassan once
Lazy
said,
by day,
what do you
medicine
want me to
bed.
do?
Yes.
Die? Not die. Disappear.
I don't advocate for that. No.
Maybe like not exist on the internet. How about that?
Ooh, I watch a lot of Savvy. I've watched some of her work. All right, chat. This is a small one. Then we're moving on to the topic, which won't be that long. Unlike last time, the Nemesis segments are getting smaller.
To be fair, there wasn't going to be a segment, and then I told Occo, go ahead and do one.
Yeah, Temp basically bullied me into talking about the Nemesis again. That's what I'm going to go with. Anyway, this is not the Nemesis. This is Sungwon Cho. For those that don't know, Sungwon Cho kind of got famous on YouTube for doing a whole bunch of little skits. He's very famous. I think the first skit I ever saw of him was like a Magic the Gathering style skit where he was like making a joke based off of Magic the Gathering. And I kind of really enjoyed a lot of his skits. I watched pretty much all of them for like the couple of years that he had up. Then I noticed he got very political during the Trump administration, and I was like, you know what? It was back when I decided not to separate the art from the artist very much, and I was like, I didn't really care about him. To be honest with you, even if I did like his skits now, I really don't feel like I would enjoy him. But and chat's already like voicing the questions and concerns right now. You guys are hilarious, by the way. This guy has gotten into controversy because he has gone on record to say that people should only voice characters based off of their race. He has gone on record to say that. And then literally a couple weeks later, when he was auditioning for some roles, his manager only gave him the Asian roles. And when he asked why he only got the Asian roles, he basically got back in his face because that's how it's going now. You have to match it to your race. And so people have dabbed on this motherfucker for years over this. All right, just doing the whole didn't you ask for this, didn't you ask for this, didn't you ask for this. Well, chat, there is a brand new show by Glitch. I'm going to be honest with you, the art style is very it's not my favorite art style. I'm going to be honest with you. It's very American anime in my personal opinion. And he is going to be playing a fat white man in this TV show, this animation show. So that will be very interesting. But the big thing that you have to understand, chat, is the guy he's playing is white. All right, this guy, he's playing a white guy. Oh, and that's the big controversy. That's the big deal. Okay, that's the big controversy about this man. So, if you go to this post right now, which you should not comment under this. I mean, I can't stop you if you do, but don't harass this man, okay? Like, leave one comment, all right? Just leave one comment. If you want to make a comment, leave one. Don't leave don't be mean. At least the fat part matches. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna agree or disagree with that. That's mean, chat. But his comments here, which I'm surprised he hasn't locked yet, but his comments are literally filled with the exact same shit. That's a white person. He isn't Asian. You're not white. I think you're playing an off-race role. What happened to the people should voice their perspective race? I thought it was racist for this. You know, all these people. I think I've seen Curse James in my comments a few times. But this is like really funny. This is like extremely funny. I am waiting, all right, for this man to crash out. 110%. I am waiting for the crash out where he comes out and says, "Gosh damn it, guys, that's not what I meant, but it is what you meant. It is what you meant." It doesn't matter because like what he's gonna do is he's gonna come out and say, "Guys, I was only talking about black people. Only black characters need to be segregated." And it's just like that's not how this works, bro, Chacho. If you are an Asian, you should only get to cast for Asian characters. All right, according to you, that's how it's supposed to work. So the fact that this is what he's choosing to do, I think this is some shills in his comments. There's a few of them. Like this guy says that he really likes him. This guy right here says that he really likes him. Hey, that's really cool. That's really neat. This person says congrats. You know, there's a couple people that are happy with it. But like I would say it's a 90 to 90-10 negative to positive comments on this. I like his skits. He should stick to that. Some of his old skits are good. I have refused to watch his new stuff because I've heard from people that watch him. He has recycled a lot of his old stuff into new skits, and they're not as funny anymore.
I used to know him from the old skits, as like I'm sure everyone does. And then
Yeah.
Borderlands 3.
He's not a bad VA, but he's a hypocrite. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the problem with this man. He is
Like,
not a horrible VA. He's just a major hypocrite.
Mhm. Pretty much.
Prosy D's edict is discriminatory towards having Zendaya be every character. That's true. If Prosy D had his way, Zendaya couldn't be every character.
Maybe Pro City should have his way.
Maybe he should. I don't know. I respect AI VAs. It's the future. Don't be like that, chat. It is probably going to be the future, but don't be like that, chat.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think the idea of what he's pushing is bad. But I'm almost like maybe his shit should be pushed just to see
It's like
less
maybe
Zendaya.
he's on to something. Well, what's funny is just like, you know what? Maybe he was on to something for a few cases.
Oh, you know what? I'll add on to that. We see less Pedro Pascal.
Are we?
He's not.
He was
hold
in
on.
the Fantastic Four.
Pedro Pascal is actually Chilean.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Never mind. I see what you're saying here. You're right. So like if he had his way, Pedro Pascal definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely would be
We'd
taken out.
start seeing way less Pedro and far less Zendaya. And you know what? I'm here for it. Maybe he is onto something.
Oh goodness. You know what, chat? Maybe we should be okay with this. All right? Be okay with the segregation that he wants, okay? But we should be okay with it because it would get rid of all the bad actors, all right? What he should have said is that VA shouldn't be every voice ever. I'd be fine with him saying that too.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't say that because if he says that, then he piss off the piss off SAG-AFTRA, which I'm pretty sure he's a part of.
Yep.
Pretty sure he would piss them off. Don't you know your gay, trans, black person needs to be able to do every single role? And by him saying that, that discriminates against your black, trans, Jewish girlfriend that is also in the guild. But yeah, this isn't really like a big thing. It's just funny because this is the calm before the storm. This is the calm before the storm. I am expecting two options. Number one, he's going to say nothing. If he is smart, all right? If he is smart, he will say nothing because that is what you do. When it comes to drama, you say nothing and it goes away.
Yep.
Okay? That's my number one advice. Like, people ask me how to, like, defeat me. Say nothing. Say nothing, period. Okay? Because you say nothing, I got nothing on you. There's a reason why there's a lot of people where it's just like, I would like to talk about them, but there's nothing to say because they are literally saying nothing. And
Yep.
so it's just like, we'll let them burrow themselves into a hole. They'll come back out eventually. But yeah, that's about it with him. That's really about it with him. But if he's Hassan, though, see, that's the thing with Hassan is a little bit different because Hassan is content no matter what. I feel like
Hassan can't stop opening his mouth. Plain and simple.
this is true. Hassan will open his mouth forever. So
the only way he will is if you sew it shut and then duct tape it, and then sew it shut again on top of the duct tape.
Well, don't do that. Don't do that. But
then he'd find a way to talk again by ripping it off.
That sounds painful. Sounds very painful. Anyway, that's what's up with him. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before I rant?
Let's go over the docket real quick. Nope.
So once I'm done ranting,
we could jokingly talk about this for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? No, we won't talk about Claire Obscure.
What's going on with Claire Obscura?
They basically said Expedition 33 is the game, but Claire Obscure is the franchise, and they've said already that Claire Obscure will get more games.
Okay, so Claire Obscura is
it's like Final Fantasy.
Basically.
Yes.
Claire Obscura is the Final Fantasy. Expedition 33 is the game.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. That's
and then
not really.
I have mentioned that I browse Reddit like just in boredom, and that I didn't scroll. That's it. And I've been getting recommendations for a subreddit tied to Spider-Man. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll take that over others. And people have been talking about the newer issues, and I don't know if people have been paying attention to the newer issues, but there is a story arc where Peter is missing, and they don't know where. But that with no Peter means Spider-Man does not exist. So other players in the other characters have basically taken up the mantle, and one character who is actually being Spider-Man, they were not sure of the identity of that. We got the identity of that character.
Okay.
Norman Osborn is Spider-Man.
Not Harry Osborn.
Norman
Osborn.
Norman Osborn is Spider-Man.
That's funny.
Now, I think this is because there was a point in previous arc or previous story arc, whatever, where Peter actually cured him of the Goblin formula and saved him from basically offing himself because of that, his desire for destruction. And because Peter is missing, he wanted to basically keep the mantle of Spider-Man alive until Peter returned. Which, you know what? Cool. I actually approve of that. I'm very okay with that. Because I would say the Green Goblin is to Spider-Man what Joker is to Batman.
Yeah, I would say they probably have the most excursions against each other, probably.
Yeah.
If you want to say that.
I think what's more interesting is he's doing this without the powers of the Goblin formula, which makes it more compelling. So I don't know. I'm down for this. I just thought it's a fun little thing to bring up.
Yeah, I agree.
I know it's spoilers, but I don't know.
This is in the comics, right now.
Yeah,
right?
this is right now in the comics, right now, fresh.
Don't think a lot of people care that much.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't care. So, but where's Miles? That's one thing that I hate is that Miles and Peter have the same hero name. It's just Spider-Man. It is I'm okay with Miles existing because he's established himself as his own hero, but he should not be called Spider-Man.
Thank you for the 5.
They should very much do what Nightwing does. Nightwing is very much like Batman without the Batman isms, Anyway, I don't know.
I would say that I'm still playing the game, so I would be careful about spoilers. I did know that there were other expeditions because, if you go into any amount of story for for the game, you know that there's other expeditions.
Yeah. I have
Um,
not finished the game either. That's why I did not open the article, because I don't want to spoil anything just in case.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But I talked to Dom about it because he has finished the game, and he's basically says, yes, the ending all but confirms this. But not like the specifics of the ending. It's just you have to play it to know. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. I don't want to know specifics, but to hear that, like, it's not the end is good.
Of course.
Because I think if Clair Obscure Expedition 33 was a one and done game, I think it'd be just because they're a masterpiece of all time. But they have the opportunity here to do like a Xenoblade or a Final Fantasy type thing. So I don't know. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, floor is yours.
Okay. So, I have to set the stage just a little bit for this. So last week, it didn't feel like it was just last week, but last week, I decided to talk about the Nemesis because Nemesis was poking their head up, saying some shit, and they were making people's lives hell. And I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this, give people a bit of an update. And in between now and then, like, it's really weird because I was kind of in the middle about how I felt about this. Because like there was a moment where I felt like that maybe I should call the police. And then I was like, okay, I can't take this seriously. Because like immediately following immediately following the stream that we do, they get up the next day and I have to state, all right, I have to state legitimately, I will never understand somebody setting up a VTuber model, getting on camera and then just crying. All right. When Bao did it, like I obviously thought to myself, this woman is extremely hurt and needs some help. Yeah, I saw that, Tom.
Okay.
But there was a lot of me that I couldn't take it so seriously because it's just like, okay, listen, if you were getting up on stage and just started crying, that'd be one thing. But like a VTuber model is like the equivalent of doing just a little bit of makeup. Now, I'm not gonna say like the multiple hours of makeup that some women do, but like you're putting on your model, you're making sure everything looks right, you're starting up a stream. If you're on YouTube, you're putting up a thumbnail, all that kind of stuff. I don't think she put up a thumbnail on YouTube, but it did get re-uploaded to YouTube. But like, you know, there's a lot of prep work that goes into setting up a model, and getting that model good to go and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, when I heard that the Nemesis the very next day, decided to, you're distracting me. Stop doing that. The Nemesis the very next day decided to do multiple videos where they are crying and then telling people I'm not abusive, when, you know, the night before I basically claimed that they're abusive based off of the actions that they've taken. It was very ringing weird to me. And then like at the end of one of these videos, they're like saying that they're going to a dark place and that they don't really like being in that place. And immediately I'm like, okay, if somebody's hinting that they're going to a dark place, do I need to call the police? Do I need to like talk to somebody? And you might remember I floated this idea towards you. Just be like, dude, this is like maybe I need to call somebody because like
it gets to a point where you're worried.
Well, I did legitimately. I was like, okay, listen, I think Dawn needs help. I don't want Dawn to like die or anything because like that's the last thing I want. But I think Dawn needs professional help. They need to get professional help, and then they need to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And for a moment, I talked to you. I was like, maybe I should call somebody because I even though I don't know Dawn's address, I know enough of their information that I feel like I could have called like I feel like I could have called a wellness check basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is that the bootleg Kiana dude? Yes.
Yes. Now, I did not call the police, chat, and here's why I did not call the police. Like I was in the middle of my work day. That was a Monday, right? Yeah, I was in the middle of a very busy work day. And I didn't, obviously you don't get to check your phone very much when you're at work. At least if unless you're a security guard, you don't get to check your phone a whole lot. Sorry, you were saying something?
Sorry, was
Or
that a Monday? Because I remember you
It
talking
was.
to me about it, and we very quickly jumped onto it for Dogwave.
No. That wasn't for Dogwave. That was the next day.
Oh,
I know it was
no.
the next day. Yeah, those videos
Right,
were the next day.
Right. And then we did a Dogwave segment that same week. You're right.
Yes.
Never mind.
So, literally, I think for a moment maybe I should call wellness check, because obviously, you know, and I did feel kind of legitimately bad. I was like, oh, this is like, you know, again, I don't want Dawn to die. I want Dawn to get help.
Yeah.
Which sounds very fucking gay to me, saying that out loud. It's just like, yeah, I
Well,
obviously am talking about them, but I also want them to not fucking be stupid.
I mean, the same
Go
applies.
ahead.
Like, you don't want Hassan to die. You just want him to go away. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Like, so you can
I don't
really
want Hassan to die either.
you can
I don't
really
want Hassan to
hate
die
someone,
either.
but
I don't want Hassan to die either. But what I will say is, chat, I didn't call the police. Do you want to know why I didn't call the police? Because they throw out these videos where they're crying and they're saying, "You guys hurt me," and they've got the crying emoji on their model, and then they're like, "I'm gonna go take a nap." Okay. And like I said, I was working, so I didn't get to see all of this at once. But like, I take my nap, I get up, and then or excuse me, he takes his nap while I'm at work. And then he gets up and he's like, "Oh, I'm feeling better now. I'm just upset." And I'm just like, "Are you suicide baiting me? Did I just get suicide baited by somebody? Did I legitimately I almost called the fucking police. I was about to call and say, "Hey, I think this person is like on the edge because they're talking about this kind of shit." Okay? Unironically, and they say, "Oh, I took a nap and I'm all better." And I'm just like, "Bro, that is so fucking retarded." And honestly, it made me hate him even more. It made me hate him
you
even
know
more
what?
because I
No,
legitimately
I'm gonna kind of play devil's advocate here. As much as it's frustrating, I am glad a nap was all it took.
Well, no, my point is I don't think they were actually like suicidal. I don't
Oh,
actually
right.
think they were on the edge. My point is that they were baiting. Seriously,
No,
like nothing surprises me at this point.
I can't give an exact example, but I do remember several times where they talked to me about that. Like, and it's like, no, they took a nap and they were fine.
Then that's not suicide.
Yeah.
Or that's not suicidal ideation, all right? Because I have known people that actually have had that, all right? I've met people that have actually had that. That doesn't go away when you take a nap sometimes, all right? You don't just get to take a nap and it fixes it all the time. I'm sure it does for some people.
I mean, to be fair, lack of sleep can really affect your mental state.
Oh, I definitely can, and I know that Dawn likes to stay up all night and do all sorts of crazy shit, playing their Fate Grand Order all night because that's all they do. But like legitimately, it pissed me off. Thank you, Mizu, for the raid. Welcome everybody. I'm getting into the ranting section now. It pissed me off to hear that the Nemesis was like, "Oh, I'm in a dark spot," and then they go take a nap, and it's just like, "Oh, guys, I'm totally happy now."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that pissed me off, and I didn't talk about it because I was just like, you know, this is bullshit. And I really just want to move on because like on that Monday I was like, I could continue this crusade, but it is very retarded and I don't want to. I really just want to move on. I really just want to say like, fuck this shit and just be done. And my hope and prayer was like the last time we did this, I was basically just like, Dawn, fuck off and stop like making it my problem. And I told people in the server because I knew that one of the people in the server, pretty sure I know which one who, was giving him what I said. And my thought process was I was just trying to say, fuck off, and I will fuck off too.
Yep.
But of course, that's not how it happened. 'Cause now I have to talk again. And
It's not
I will
hard.
reiterate. All right. And I said this to somebody today. I will fuck off and I will stop talking about it because I don't want to talk about it because it fucking annoys me. Stop making it to where your friends that you trust, that you think are on your side, stop giving them reasons to come to me.
Yep.
All right? You might think that you can trust all of those people, but I have people that you trust that come to me. And I'm not going to say who. But they come to me and they tell me shit that you say to them. Now, obviously, I've told them I don't want the private shit, because if they give me the private shit and then I accidentally leak it, then that outs them. I tell them to only give me the public shit. Even then, I've been like, I don't want all of this because this is annoying and it's boring and it's a loop of the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But like today, I get a message while I'm in the middle of my shift. And
It's always
this
while you're
shift-
at work too. It's
It's
never when
always
you're
like-
at home.
well, it's no, yeah. It's never on fucking Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I would love it if it was on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, because then at the very least I could, like, you know, devote some personal time. Well, actually, I prefer to it be at work because I'm forced at work to not focus on this. At home, it would just take over my whole day.
Fair.
I would prefer it to be at work where I'm being paid to look away. Excuse me. And the only time I can look at it is like brief moments in between my projects. But like, I get a message, again, from one of Don's close friends that tells me when he says shit. And they're like, hey, letting you know, they're talking about you again. Or I'm pretty sure they're talking about you again. And they say they're pretty sure. Like, they say they're pretty sure. I am pretty sure they're talking about me again. And I will show you why I think so. So it starts off with this. Okay? All right? It's unprompted. As far as I know, it's unprompted. No fucking reason whatsoever. All right? Like I said, I don't scroll their stuff every single day. I have more funny people to scroll all the time. You know, I'm not interested in this because, again, Dawn 10 times out of 10 is just retweeting porn and role playing with people. And I really don't care to do that.
Hell, I just looked at their feed and I literally see them basically saying, smother me. And I'm like,
yeah, it's like, it's boring.
Why?
All right? You're boring. It's just like the 1 out of 10, 1 out of like 100 times when Dawn decides that they have a hair trigger and that they want to fucking mention me or mention any of the other people that they have abused and turned it into
Minus
them
me.
being themselves abused. Minus you. Because
I don't know why,
you
not
are,
me.
you just kind of stepped away quiet enough that I don't think they care about you anymore. I don't know. I don't know what you have on him, but I would like some of it so he stops mentioning me. Because I legitimately am just tired
I'd like
of
him to
it.
stop mentioning you too. Hell, I
It's
would
just
take his
sex.
mentions over you because you could take a break.
And
I'd
you would
like
have
him
to not tell
stop
me about
mentioning
them.
every one of people and move on with his life, but he will never do that.
No, he won't. But like, it starts off with this chat where Dawn says today, or I guess yesterday, I'ma say it. I never bought into death threats equals I hope this person gets into a car wreck or something. To me, an actual death threat is, quote, I'm going to come over to your house and end you, unquote. But that's just me. Now, chat. There is one reason why I feel like this is directed to me. All right. One reason in particular. About 6 days ago, literally the day after I do my stream, it's either the day of or the day after, somebody sends me this. Again, one of Don's friends. And shows me that Astro, who I have not really talked about a lot, but this guy used to be somebody in my community. he's not welcome in the community because of how he's chosen to act. And I don't really like how he's chosen to act towards me or towards some of the other members. And so I'm not even going to bring there was also some other issues, but those aren't really important. But for the most part, I don't like how this man has acted in the community, and so he's not allowed in the community. He's also chosen to defend some people that like are part of that side of the lolly community, not the lolly community, but that side of the lolly community. But anyway, that's besides the point. Is he from what I learned the first gay op? I have no idea what you're talking about. But this guy basically says, I pray to God that you end up a victim of a legal immigrant truck driver. So he's basically asking that I am at the mercy of another Jeet in the middle of the street. He is asking for me to get run over, basically. Now, I grabbed a screenshot of this because I know that the last time that this man said something about me, because this isn't the first time this guy has decided to negatively talk about me to the point where he's wishing for my demise, he deletes it. And then he claims that he was drunk and that he wasn't in control of his faculties. And so he begs that I don't remember it. Or not him. No, he's not the one that begs. But he basically deletes it and then says that he was drunk and that it wasn't actually real. And that's basically what he tried to claim this time as well, is that it wasn't actually a serious thing. It was just him being stupid. Now, I will say, chat, when it comes to death threats, which I do consider this a death threat of some kind, even though it is not direct, even though this man isn't coming to my DMs, he is still mentioning me by name. You know, I don't think that, like, you have to directly go up to the president of the United States and wish him death in order for it to count as a death threat. I think that when I hear some random person on Twitter say, oh my gosh, I wish the president would go X, Y, and Z, that's a death threat. All right? That is you wishing death upon somebody. Death wish, death threat, I don't really fucking care what it is. It is you wishing death upon somebody. And that's what this guy did. And immediately, like a week later, and I know that Dawn does this because Dawn has this propensity when they are upset at somebody, they can't just walk away and let it go. All right, they just can't let it go. They let it percolate in their system until eventually they just decide to talk about it in some way. And I do like they say that this isn't about me. I don't believe them. All right, just based off of the history I have had with Dawn, I don't believe this isn't about me because it is so fresh and so recent that I do believe that it is about me. There's a chance it could be wrong, but with how recent it was, again, this was on the 24th. Dawn decided to talk about this on the 31st. It is so recent enough that I do believe that he is talking about me, and he is trying to actively downplay when a situation where somebody is wishing for my death. And I will say, I don't care if somebody sends me death threats. I mean, I don't try and treat myself like a victim, if that makes sense. Because I know there's a lot of people when they get death threats on both the left and the right, they'll try and make this whole, oh, I'm a victim, people need to pay attention to me. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I'm here for. I am not of the realm of trying to be like afraid of people. But if somebody does say, I wish death upon you, I'm going to make fun of them. I'm going to make fun of them. I'm going to blast them on Twitter. The quote unquote make them famous kind of deal. You know, when people on 4chan say make this person famous for being stupid. That's my philosophy. So if you wish me death, I'm going to put you out there. I'm going to show everybody how stupid you are. And I feel like that's a very effective way at showing people, very stupid people, to not let their mental faculties get the better of them and be stupid. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to be a little more tactful depending on the person, but like, you know, for stupid people like that in Dawn's community, by the way, this is the second person in Dawn's community to have done this. I'm just going to put them out there. I'm just going to put them out there. But Dawn is basically like, I don't believe that this is a death threat. I don't believe saying they're basically saying that what this person said doesn't count as a death threat. Now, as a response to this, and I do have to preamble that I did talk to this individual and we have basically come to a mutual understanding. The first person to wish me a death threat basically comes into Don's mentions and tries to agree. Um, Again, like I said, I've come to a mutual understanding with this individual. I'm not going to harp on them too much because me and them have talked, and I have told them that I'm just going to walk away from it. My good faith is that they are going to choose not to wish me death threats again or not try and get in the mud again because I told them, I was just like, listen, the reason why I'm harsh is because you gave me a death threat and then you apologized and now you're trying to jump in it again. So I'm gonna disagree with you. It's an expression of wishing for harm. Yumizu Tor and Takina for whatever it classified as. Well, I mean, okay, maybe you can classify it differently. I don't know. I don't know. I still feel like it is somebody wishing for death. Wishing for death and a death threat. I feel like they're just a little bit on the. I don't know. You can disagree with me if you want, but I feel like it still pans similar that this person is wishing for my demise or threatening. I don't know. I don't know. Tep, am I wrong? I did want to ask you what you thought about it.
Um, it.
I'm gonna pill a dawn and ask you my opinion.
No one should be asking for death. Period. Like,
I agree.
if you're going to, I hate to be this person, but if you're going to, do it privately and not publicly.
I agree. Listen, I don't care. Listen, I have always maintained that if you're in a private space, I really don't give a shit. All right?
Exactly.
If you're in a public Discord server and somebody from the public Discord server feeds it back to me, all bets are off. It's still in a public space. But if you're in a public server among friends, I really don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't give a shit. All right? All right? It is insane and stupid. I agree. It's on the death threat spectrum. Oh, that's funny. I like that. The death threat spectrum. I could agree with that. I mean, like, I am willing to say it's along the lines of they're not directly saying that they are going to carry out an act, but they are wishing for my demise. So I feel like it's on the same plane of existence. But if we'll play semantics, I agree that it's not 100% a quote unquote death threat, basically, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like I still feel like it's on the same caliber. Because wishing for death and saying that death will come is, in my personal opinion, on the same caliber. We get a spectrum. Yes, we do. I'm autistic. There's a spectrum for everything. But basically, like I said, I was sent this by one of Dawn's friends, and they're like, by the way, Dawn is saying this. It could be about you. It could not be about you. But based off of the recent thing that happened to you, I think it is about you. And I was like, this is fucking gay, man. This is fucking gay, and I can't believe this is continuing. Brian, I don't know what you sent, but could you please put that in my DMs because I don't click links on YouTube unless Temp wants to. Check it. I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Anyway, so my comment is, this is hilarious to me. And the reason why it's hilarious to me is because I remembered when the other individual gave a death threat. And again, the one that I had a mutual understanding with. And Dawn was there when it happened. So it's just like, it feels like Dawn is being petty and dumb. Not as cute as Mizu. Fair enough. I'm not planning to be as cute as Mizu. I'm very violent with my sneezing. So as I say here, what Kizu said was a death threat, no matter how petty. If I said anything similar, you'd whine for days that I'm threatening you. I know you would. Because that's true. I know that if I make a stream or if I say anything about Dawn, they will bitch, whine, and moan for days in private or in their server, in their specific area. And I just know that that's how that works with them because they never let things go. They like to pretend that they let things go, that they move on, but they never let things go because they'll get a random ass hair trigger and they're going to decide that their whole day is ruined, that they're stuck on something. And so I don't believe that they'll let it go. It was a double though, so bonus points. Exactly. But anyway. Okay, so I continue on here. Ooh, you know, I should just go off of this. I should just go off of this because, like, I'm only talking about this tonight because, it's like I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, this is retarded and dumb, but I don't feel like I need to make this as an update. Then Temp said talk about it, and I was like, and then Don kept trying to play back and forth with me, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like. This is me. There's an overarching point for why I'm talking about this, and then we'll get there at the end. But like this continues down here. And I say, I hope everyone sees that this is Don. He puts on waterworks when it's time to be a victim, but when you try and point out he's a mutual combatant or that he's okay with his friends wishing death on his enemies, oh guys, it's not death threats, eternal locale. And this is what he said after, basically after this initial tweet, he ends up saying this, all right? He says, now that said, if you act this way and genuinely pray for someone to suffer, like I'm not talking, oh, I hope you get in a wreck. You genuinely put an effort to pray for that. That's it. That's just sad. And that's a sign you need psychological help. Maybe you know, it is funny that he says this. And then he, and again, he's got these people in his community that do that. Again, two people in his community alone. I have been the recipient of a lot of hatred from a lot of communities that I personally don't give a shit about. The Marina community is one of them. Some of the wider trans community in the VTuber sphere, some furries, some fucking VR chat people. I've had a lot of people pissed off at me. All right. I have had 2 death threats in the 2 years almost that I have been covering drama, and they have come from one person's community. All right? One person's community. I don't get that. I don't get that, like, I have pissed off people that are 10, 20, fucking hundreds of times bigger than Dawn. All right? And I have only gotten the death threats or the death wishes from his community. How to anger furry people? I might be, you know, I'm gonna be honest
Pirate
with you.
Software.
I'd have to think on that. Not really. Pirate Software is the only one pissed off at me. I haven't had to deal with any of his fans. I've dealt with the former fans of his, but I have not dealt with any of his fans. But no, it's just like I have been in and pissed off a lot of people in the VTuber space because I'm willing to spill the tea and I'm willing to talk about people. And I've only gotten two times. And it's all from Don's community.
It really says something.
That does say something. And again, I don't believe in guilt by association. I know that Kizu has admitted that they are good friends with Dawn. I don't know about the Astro person. I think the Astro person is just an orbiter of their community. But like, it tells to me, like what is the environment that Dawn is trying to cultivate if you are just okay with that?
Yep.
And the thing that bothers me. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The best way that Dawn could do to fix this is just to tell the community, stop.
I'm trying to find.
If you want to be a shitlord, do it in your own. But if you're coming here asking for death threats to certain people, you can leave. You can get out. I don't approve of this, but he doesn't.
It bothers me because it's just like, I know why this community is cultivated the way it does, and it's because this is how Dawn himself acts. Dawn himself has oftentimes, and I have had previous recordings of this in screenshots that are fucking lost on my phone, where Dawn has said that they wish the worst for me, that they want the worst for me, that they want me canceled, they want my shit taken away, they want all this other random shit done to me. And it's just like, I am not surprised that your community acts like this. All right? Because I tell my community, if I see you threatening people, you're done. You're out of here. Yep. But what does Dawn's community do? They threaten people. They go. Now, to be honest, I haven't seen gay ops by these people. At least, if there are gay ops, I haven't seen them yet. But like, Dawn has fostered this community where people are having resentment and anger, and they allow it, and they cultivate it, and they praise it. And it bothers me. It like legitimately bothers me that he doesn't recognize this. It's just so bizarre to me. And he wants to act like he's some sort of eternal victim, that he's like somehow just the guy sitting on the sidelines. When you're not, Dawn. You are not the man sitting on the sidelines. All right. All right. And I said this on my post too. Like, Dawn is way older than me. Again, I'm not going to mention their age. I'm in my 20s. Dawn is way older than me, and this is how Dawn chooses to act. I would expect this behavior from somebody my age, maybe younger. All right, I've seen fucking Discord kittens that act this way. Dawn, you should know better than to sit in your server and cultivate like people being this stupid. I just like I follow the Remo way. Don't insult even if you disagree. I try to. I'm trying to like work on the ad homs myself because I feel like it's a better to do.
Temp, did you get any death threats? No.
No, Temp is.
If I did, it would be by Dawn's community. But Dawn has completely forgotten about my existence, which is internally hilarious.
It is incredibly hilarious. Anyway, eventually when he sees what I have to say, somebody brought this to my attention. I have no idea who, but somebody brought it to his attention. Maybe the friend that feeds me information also gives him information too, which I don't care. You know, if they're giving me information and telling me things that he's saying, I don't mind. Again, Dawn, your close friends are telling me this information. But Dawn says, what I said has absolutely nothing to do with you. I think you're lying. I think you are lying. All right? All right? You are lying, in my personal opinion. Okay? There is a chance that, like, because they mentioned Noir, who is their manager / individual who used to talk to me about some of this stuff. There's a chance that you are correct that you also had Noir somewhere in there, but it is too close, in my personal opinion. People can disagree if they want, but it's too close to a previous death threat. Again, from somebody else in your community as of a week ago, for me to not feel otherwise. And he's just like rent free, and it's just like broski, I am not living rent free. All right, your people give me shit because you won't stop talking about me. I literally would love to focus on anybody other than you.
Yeah,
because you're not interesting. Go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm just agreeing.
I legitimately would love if I didn't have to focus on you. But you keep mentioning me. And because of that, I just like and I've had people say, why don't you just ignore them? And it's just like, I try to. But when people keep mentioning it, people keep asking me. And it's just like, well, fuck. There was like during the first year of me doing Under the Tea, it was just like I tried to keep a lid on it because like didn't want to involve other people. Well, it keeps coming. Kept falling to the bait. No, it's literally just I would love to talk about anybody else, but people keep giving me this shit.
And the only reason these people are giving you anything is because Dawn refuses to stop talking.
And I don't get it.
Like, it's not hard.
I mean, chat, I'm not at that point with legal action. I don't think so. I have definitely thought about it. I have thought about like some sort of restraining order. Now, to be honest, the only reason why, well, there's a couple reasons, but one reason why I wouldn't take that is it would dox both of us, because that's a public filing kind of deal. So that would dox both of us if I were to do that. But that was something I thought of, just like getting a restraining order, being like, fuck off. And obviously, that would go both ways. No financial. No, they're not. Listen, chat. The thing you have to understand is there is really no legal action to take here. It is literally just there is one person saying let's fight. The other person is saying I really don't want to fight, but I guess I'll fight you to get you to shut up, and that's it. All right, that's it. During the almost 2 to 3 years since I last talked to them, I have done my best to avoid them, period. There have been some moments where I've talked about them briefly, but my job has been to avoid talking about them because I don't want to. It is an autistic obsession I don't want to talk about. So it just, I don't know. I don't know. In my personal opinion, it's a projection of them to say living rent free when they are literally the one that talks about me first in these situations.
Oh yeah.
They are literally they have popped up with my name way more. Whether it's in public Discord servers that people send me information from, or like they mention me on Twitter. So I am not the aggressor here, all right? I have done my best to just fuck off because I don't want to be part of this anymore. But I keep being told that this is happening, and it's just like, yeah, Dawn really doesn't have a pull, in my personal opinion. I mean, like, Dawn does have a pull in the lolly community, and even though I'm not really in the lolly community, Dawn has, and to be fair, it's not the lolly community, it's the rejected lolly community. The lolly community that for some reason keeps having bad people outed in it. That's the community that Dawn is in right now. I don't recommend that they stay in there, but but like I just like get upset. And maybe this is a lolcow trait that I need to work out, where it's just like I want to just not care, period. But I feel like if I leave it alone, if I don't say something, it's gonna like grow into something worse.
Yep.
Excuse me. So like my goal is if ever I have to talk about this, and I would really just again, Dawn, fuck
There it
off.
is. Found it.
But like if ever I really just like want to move on from it. I don't want to like sit and constantly have to deal with this. Because again, truly, the Dawn is the last individual I'm interested in. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. I found that.
don't
I've
know,
been looking
man.
for that for days.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's what got him mad at me, even though you made it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share that.
I'm not either,
That was
but
funny though. That was funny, is what it was. What's the worst case scenario that Dawn can pull? So, the craziest thing is, the worst case scenario is they can just blatantly lie and people will believe it.
Mhm.
And here's the sad thing. A lot of people in their circle do just blindly believe it because Dawn is... I don't honestly know. I don't know how he does it, where he's able to lie and people just... He can swat me.
Not if Hako keeps moving.
Technically, yeah, he could. He technically could. He does know my name.
Yeah.
I know his name. I do know his name. Now I wouldn't use, even if he did that to me, I wouldn't do that to him. No. If he were to do something like that to me, I wouldn't out his name. I'd go to the police and I'd say, this is the motherfucker's name. This is where he lives. I know that he's the one that did it.
Yeah.
But no, like if he were to do that against me, yeah, like
And
fucking all bets are off.
If anyone were to do it, I hate to say it, but it would likely be him. I hope it wouldn't be, but
I would, if not him, somebody in his community.
Yeah.
Again, Dawn has cultivated such a community of people being toxic. I hate you now. Like, using toxic sounds like so gay and soy in my personal opinion. But like he has cultivated a community that is full of people that act this way, that I do believe it could happen. And he may not ever directly ask for it, but I do believe that like if anybody in his fan base gets a weird hair trigger, I feel like if they somehow got my information, they would do it.
Yep. It is one of those situations of they look at you and they scream.
And I just
And which is
did they believe him because he's a pretty face or because he can share half truths? I don't get it. I honestly don't know. I don't know why people get so enamored with it because, like, again, I was friends with him for like a year, maybe two max.
yeah.
But like, I never really understood why people just flocked to him as like some sort of important individual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you know, I eventually said I was going to talk about this, and let's see here. Oh, right. Here's where I get into Dawn lying, but I don't know. There's really nothing else to talk about here. I mean, like, again, I really would prefer not to talk about this anymore because it is uninteresting to me. It's legitimately uninteresting to me. And I'm only talking about it because I'm like frustrated.
No, yeah.
It does frustrate me. So here's and here's what I will say. Back when I still talked to Don's quote unquote manager, before I learned that they were a snake as well, I told them, I was like, listen, if Don is willing to keep this and I am willing to keep this, I will not talk about them to anybody, either private or public. I will avoid them. All I ask is that they do the exact same thing in return. I don't talk about them in any way, shape, or form. If people ask me if I know them, I'll just say that they were somebody I used to know. I would ask the same in return.
Mm-hmm.
And their manager told me yes. Their manager told me sure. And they told me that it was done, that it basically continued. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have the messages pulled up. But like, I basically was like, I'd prefer it if we just both went our separate ways and fucked off. And their manager said yes, basically. I learned basically a year later when other drama was going on that I was navigating through, where Don just decided to start talking shit and saying, oh, by the way, I heard that they worked this out with my manager. I never agreed to that, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Then what's the point of a manager?
So it's just like, okay. So I guess this deal that I made to basically mutually assure that both of us fuck off from each other, it was one-sided. And Dawn, that's the other thing that upsets me. It's just like, I am the one that wants to move on, and Dawn is the one that's just like, I just want to walk back into it. I want to keep walking back into it. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Fine. I don't know. You know?
Yep.
I'm not going to be stupid and say, oh, Dawn is like, I just think it's dumb. I think it's dumb. And, I don't know. I think that I'm going to continue working on what I'm working on. I'm going to go back to ignoring this man's existence. I was about to say some things, but I'm going to avoid saying things. But like, legitimately, I don't know what to say other than just, Don, I will go back to saying nothing about you. I would ask that you do the same. I really don't care about your long-standing pain and suffering that you think you've suffered at the hands of me. Because that's his justification. Whenever it's time to complain about me again or complain about any of the other people that has wronged him, he always puts it under the guise of that he needs to just let out his true feelings. His true feelings have to get out there, guys.
Ben, here's the question. If his true feelings have to get out in the open, why doesn't he use his rant chat that I know he has? He has a bunch of people in there.
See, no, he shouldn't do that.
No, he shouldn't do that. But why does he need to take it to social media where everyone can see it and not just
well, it depends. It's been a mixture. What I'm saying is, why doesn't he go to a therapist?
That too. But how could he?
That's my thing.
I'm gonna be snarky. How could he take it to a therapist if he puts all of his money into gacha games? He can't pay for the therapist because
okay,
gacha.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that. That's
I'm allowed to make shit like that.
You are, because you were friends with him longer, and I'd say he burned you even harder than he burned me.
Oh, absolutely, he did. No, there were some things he told me right before COVID started that really put me the wrong way, and no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That will never be talked about, but that.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that he put you through that, honestly.
No.
I
If
remember you
I
told
were
me
to
that, and I
talk,
was like, "There's no way
honestly,
he was being serious."
I'm not going to be that way. But if I were to talk about that, that might cause problems for him. So I won't talk about it. That was our thing. It is privately our thing, and that's it.
Yeah, I would say that, like, you don't talk about
Because
that.
that's the
I mean,
thing is like,
if that's your truth, you should talk about it if you want to, but I would never
but
talk
that's the
about
thing
that.
is like
That's
he keeps bringing up shit that he doesn't need to. He needs to
and it's
let
just like
sleeping
this
dogs
is
lie.
well,
It's simple.
if he can't do that, he should go to a therapist. Like,
Exactly.
legitimately. I mean, like, I'm looking for a therapist right now because, like, I need to talk to I've been feeling like I need to talk to one about how I've been feeling recently. So it's just like, Dawn, you need a therapist.
Yeah. No.
The internet is
Absolutely.
not your place to complain about this.
No. Absolutely. Completely agreed.
So I don't know. I don't know. That's all I really have to say about the matter. Again, Dawn, my offer, fuck off, and I will fuck off as well.
Yep.
And you know, you never have to worry about me. And by fuck off, I mean stop fucking talking about me. All right, if you want to rant in your little 3 or 4 person server that we used to be a part of, you can do that. I don't care. All right, because I've told people that I don't want to hear about it if it's in deep private.
Yep.
But if you talk about me in public, all right, depending on what you say, I may just come out again and say fuck off.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, as much as I jokingly say, I'm not hated by him because he doesn't mention me, if he drags me deep into this shit, I will bury him.
I just think it's funny, by the way. Some of the people that comment on his, because he does occasionally get comments. All of them, by the way, are role players that have no idea what he has said and what he has done. A couple of them are VTubers. I just love how some of them are just like, oh, Occo is ugly and a gross ass, and they have to resort to ad hominems because they really got nothing else to say other than just Occo sucks, and it's just like, I don't know. That's really all I got for this. Again, I really don't like talking about this, man, because it's way more interesting for me to make fun of other people on the internet that I do think actually deserve this.
Yep.
Dawn doesn't deserve this. Dawn deserves for me to ignore their existence.
I
And
mean,
I
there is a
deserve to be ignored
solution
by
to
him
this.
too.
Just block him.
I do have him blocked.
Oh, you do? Oh, never mind then.
Yes, I've had him blocked for a long time. He's blocked on Discord. He's blocked on Twitter. He's not allowed to comment on my YouTube videos. And yet he still talks about me. Can't help that kind of person. No, he has to be. No, well, here's the problem. Like I said, Dawn is way older than me. Dawn should know by now that this is unacceptable behavior. All right? Like if I have to explain it to somebody that's older than me, it's a problem. All right? There's something going on that needs to get fixed. And I'm done with it. Legitimately. Again, I probably would never go for like I would go for a restraining order if I really felt like I was at that point. I'm not at that point yet because I'm not ready to throw my information out there. I'm not above it though.
It's one of
I have
those.
to.
It's one of those last minute things. He pushes it too far, and
I prefer not to. Prefer not to. So, like I said, fuck off, and I will fuck off from thinking about you.
no, exactly.
When you mention me,
It's real simple. Don, stop bringing Akko up. You stop that, Akko will stop bringing you up. Plain and simple. That's it. If you want Akko to stop talking about you, you stop talking about Akko. I don't think that's hard.
I would bring up all of the other people, but like I feel like some of the other people.
I mean, the other people in his
they are
community.
more mutual combatants than I am.
Exactly. The other people.
I also hate his community. I think his community, he's allowed to fester. But
yeah, he has. And they over the time, by allowing his community to fester, it has fed him.
It has.
Which makes it worse.
I feel like at this point I'm looping on it, but
you
like,
are. You
Control
are.
your community. Stop having them like air out death threats and mention me, because I might not have seen them directly. They might have been sent to me by people, but like I do occasionally look up my name to see what people are saying on it. And if I see people say shit like that on there, I'm gonna call it out. So if you really want if you're really okay with your people giving out death threats, don't have them mention my name, because I will eventually see it.
Yep.
So that's Dogwave.
My last thing, since I wanted to make an announcement, and Naka was really worried about this announcement to begin with. I mentioned in my Discord. Speaking of, you should join my Discord chat.
Oh, this one. I wasn't really worried about it.
I canceled my Resident Evil 7 streams. I was not in the right headspace with them. They were not really long streams because I would have other things come up. And I realized when before every Friday stream, I would mentally go, oh no, a reason to make my RE7 stream shorter. Whatever will I do? I realized then, I was like, no, this isn't going the way I want it. And if I'm not enjoying the content, I don't feel like chat would enjoy the content, you know? So I made the executive decision to cancel my RE7 streams. But because I want to honor the 500 subs, I have decided we are going to do something equally as bad. And we're going to play Suicide Squad starting Fridays. We're going from horror to woke.
Wait, are you able to play Suicide Squad?
Yes, you can still play the main story.
It's just offline.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Fair enough.
So we're doing that on Fridays starting next week. Otherwise, Wednesday grounded unless something changes. Fridays Justice League or Kill the Justice League, Suicide Squad, whatever. Saturday's Abiotic unless something changes. There was definitely talks of either Wednesday or Saturday for something changing.
Make him play the DLC. I bought him the DLC.
No, you did not. You bought me the game.
Oh, was you the one that... Oh, fair.
I will play the DLC if someone gifts them to me. But I do not have them, so I will not be playing them. They are on sale. Do with that information what you will. And then Sunday's Dogwave. It is a 4-stream week, not a 5. What are you doing next week?
Oh, more of the same. I'm gonna work on transitioning my Friday, Saturday streams over the next couple of weeks into a better content structure that I feel like people will like more.
Okay.
Wednesday is gonna chat. My thought process is Wednesday is gonna mostly become the drama day, and then Friday, Saturday's streams are gonna become streams where people come on and we talk, we shoot the shit, we read articles, we watch videos, maybe a little bit. But the goal is to transition Fridays and Saturdays into better content, basically. My thought, I was thinking about this. It was just like, my head, I was like, I hate content slop, but how can I make it better? And that was my goal. It was just like, how can I make content slop and evolve it to something better? So that's the kind of the idea. But it's going to sound cooler than it actually sounds right now. Anyway, that's about it for today.
Are you doing Sushi Squad solo or forcing someone to play with you? I'm going to do it solo. I won't force anyone to play that with me. Also, you can't play it with people now because it's offline.
No, you cannot.
Temp, what is your Steam account? God damn it, mercenary.
Thank you for the 2.
Oh yeah, that's Dogwave. Who do we want to send you all to?
Also, mercenary Temp. Don't forget Power World Switch 2 clone.
Oh right, there is a Pokemon Power World game on Switch 2 that Nintendo's allowing. Which then it goes to prove the point that Nintendo's went to Power World because of how big they got, not because of what they're doing.
All right, chat. I'm gonna Apparently, Legal Mindset is streaming, so I'm gonna send you guys to him.
Yeah, can you send me the link to that? I can't redirect proper, but I can at least put it in chat.
Wait, is he still live? Hold on.
I know he recently started.
Nope, he's not live anymore.
Oh, he's not live? If I realize if this is dog and wave, where's the dog? If this is Dogwave, where's the dog in the wave? Hi, dog.
All right, I will send you guys to Almighty Lolly. Almighty Lolly is still live.
Where is Almighty Lolly? I know
He's
I'm
playing Persona 4.
I know I'm subbed to Almighty Lolly. There you are. Chat. Go give Almighty
All right,
Lolly
chat.
some love. See you on Wednesday night for Grounded. Maybe I'll let you all know in the chat.
Bye,
chat.
be blessed, chat. We'll see you later.
Bye, chat.